Holy shit, I'm dragging ass today. I'm so out of it, guys.
Why?
So out of it. I don't know, I just feel tired. I forgot to put up the show stream link thing. John reminded me. And on the show sheet I forgot to put all like some information we needed. It's been a long Tuesday. It's been a long Tuesday. I feel like it's because it's almost the end of the year and I can already feel the Christmas spirit. I'm just ready to start taking it easy.
Body.
I don't know about leaving my body, but it's I feel like I don't know, I feel old, man. I feel old today.
Are you an angel?
What?
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Hello there.
We are tonight's entertainment.
We would be honored if you would join us.
He's got a billion toys.
You brought in the adult collection.
These are not dolls, Jim. These are commodities. Same as gold or oil.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now listening to the Collecting Weekly podcast.
Shall we lock in the artillery power?
This is the true form of floor gang right here. Very nice. YouTube.com/collectingweekly. Thank you very much. That's very cool. Big.
Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Mario.
I'm Eddie.
And I'm Jonathan.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. It's a weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
That's right. We want to thank our friends over at Water Scrubber and a 1/6 Corner for sponsoring tonight's episode of Collecting Weekly, guys. Don't forget, use code CW10 for 10% off all in-stock items over at 1/6 Corner during our live recordings. That's code CW10.
All caps, baby. We have a great show planned for you guys tonight. It's actually, let's see, we got Tuesday today is a regular show. Next Tuesday is the award show. The Tuesday after that is the Patreon Christmas special.
Nice.
And I don't know what we're doing for the Tuesday of New Year's week, but for the next 2 weeks, we're not going to get any news from CW. It's all going to be fun and games, so
Maybe
enjoy
we'll
the
do
last.
like a news segment on After Dark or something.
Nah.
We might not even get news because it's the end of the year. People just churning shit out.
It is. We also have a great interview tomorrow on After Dark, but we'll talk about that later. Before we get into it, let's kick it off with the world's favorite podcast segment.
Yeah, is everyone ready?
Yes.
It's new this week.
Yeah. What'd you get new this week? I got nothing, I think. I don't, I can't think of anything. What about you guys?
I've always wanted to get nothing.
Giant goose egg to this week. Nada.
Saving it for Christmas.
Eddie, did you get anything this week?
I got some pictures and shit signed at LA Comic-Con, but like physical things, I got this little car, this little die-cast VW van that I love from LA Comic-Con.
What brand is that? Is that Wonder Bread?
Moon
Was that Cheech and Chong?
Tarmac.
Wow.
They're like limited edition little die-cast cars, and it came with a pin because I'm not as like quite into pins as Mario. Like I don't have a shit ton of them, but I like to get one every event or like something I do to kind of like remember that event or that thing that I did.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I got a pin and I got this. I'm gonna talk about on Small Talk thanks to the Oxfather himself.
Hey,
He mentioned
nice.
that this was in stock. This Crosshair, the Imperial suit from Bad Batch. Black Series, he mentioned that was in stock on Walmart, so I was able to pick that up. Haven't messed with it yet.
dude, that belt is so annoying on that figure. Holy shit.
Really?
I've been tempted like at least a dozen times to just glue that bitch down because it's not connected with the sling like the other one.
Yeah.
But dude, that's a beautiful figure. I love the helmet on that
It looks
figure.
really good, and then yours looks even better. It already looks good, and then Zach took it to another level. So yeah, that
Hell
was
yeah, baby.
pretty much the little things that I got.
I had a pretty good week. So a few days ago, I was looking on Reddit because the Lego Bad Batch shuttle, It has this really weird building technique for the center wing where all the studs are like on one side, and then the other side is like the circular bottom part, and it bothers me. And I stumbled across the Reddit Lego Marketplace, and this guy had this Republic Bricks Bad Batch shuttle, which is like an independent Lego seller that kind of partners with different designers, and they send him models, he buys the parts and then sells it as a kit. It's about twice as big as the regular Bad Batch shuttle, and I looked it up on Reddit, and some guy had it for like a third the price that it is brand new. And so Victoria got it for me, and it came in like all 1,000 pieces were broken off during shipping. And like the guy sent it, he took the wings off, but it was fairly complete. And when it arrived, it was destroyed. And the thing is, I really have to appreciate the actual Lego version, because that one, you can swoosh it around, you can play with it, and nothing falls off. This thing looks beautiful, but you look at this thing wrong, and it explodes. It is... I've never wanted to glue Lego set together, and this is the first time I'm like trying hard not to. The wings just explode. The little frame around the wings is only attached by like 3 studs on the whole length of it. But it's a nice looking set. It does have cockpit detail with seats for 2. Has like a little back chamber area with seating for 4. It's a cool little set, but it is so freaking fragile. I hate
You
it.
sent me pictures of this a couple days ago, and at first I didn't even notice the wings. Because that's one of the things that bothers me about the Starfighter from Mando, is that if you put it in the like landing position, you see all the underside of the wings, and it's not that
Did
cool.
you know you can swap those? You just take the left wing and the right wing, and you switch them, and that way the things are facing the right direction.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I would have never thought of
And then,
that.
of course, like when you want to make it fly, then you just switch it back.
Yeah, that's a
But
good fucking idea.
That's a fucking
You're
pro
a
tip,
smart
bro.
guy. Yeah.
Thanks, bro. I
Wow,
was like,
the
I wonder. So I
creativity
looked
in
up,
here, man.
I
I
looked
love
up
it.
the directions, and I was like, hey, you could just swap it out.
That's twice Zach made me look like a dick today. I say, hey, you
How
just do
dare you.
this and you fucking...
I didn't make it look like a dick. I'm spreading the knowledge.
I'm just
but
kidding, man.
Holy
But that's
shit,
cool.
this build is... It's a very advanced build. It's very complicated, and the guy at Reddit was so nice. He was like, I'm so sorry, like if I can do anything for you, like just let me know. It's a great little set. I do want to actually do a review of it on the YouTube channel, because there's only one other like review of this set, and it's a sold out set, so it's not like I'm doing it for the hype or anything like that. It's just a neat build, and I do enjoy it, and so I might be doing a review on it. And then Sweet Angel Jose sent me a package this week, and in it was the parts to make a CZ3 or an AZ3 rather, from Bad Batch. So there's a little
That's
mock
cool.
there.
Because you were saying you wanted
is
one.
really cool.
Yeah. He like, I sent him some pictures of people that had modded it, and he kind of like, I was like, I don't know, man, I don't know what parts they use, and he figured it out just from looking at it. And then he also sent me a sig fig. And so if you don't know what a sig fig is, it's like supposed to represent you in Lego form. And since I'm getting the Daily Bugle, and it's like 3 feet tall, and there's like a billion places to put minifigs, I would like, if you have Lego and you want to make a sig fig with flesh color, not yellow, I don't want yellow. If you want to send it to me, I will put it in my Daily Bugle or my collection, and I think that'd be awesome.
It seems kind of racial.
Yep, 100.
Well,
wow.
Well,
oh.
I'm not gonna go.
No,
I'm not gonna.
No, I don't want none of them yellows.
Well, no, that's the Lego City style. This is a Marvel Comics
Do they have
Lego
tan?
build.
It's a really tough
They
time
do have
in
tan.
our country.
They do have tan.
Even the one.
Yeah, Zach just showed his character as tan. I don't think it's tan.
That's a little
enough.
on the. A little,
Should be a lot darker.
It should be a bit darker.
It looks
yeah.
like
You
Harry
look
Potter.
A little pale there.
It is Harry Potter, but it has a hat. So I was gonna put this hat and this head on a Miles Morales minifig that I had, and I might do that still. 'cause
That
it's
seems
funny.
racial.
At least take a little Gundam paint
That's
liner, give him a
whitewashing,
little
dude.
mustache, a little beard.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, there you go. A little patchy
Some curls.
beard. Anyways, so yeah, if you guys have Lego and you want to want to drop a sig fig in my collection, send me an email, zach@collectweekly.com. I'd love to have you in my collection. Let's get into the news. Hot Toys dropped a post on Weibo.com, and I translated it for you guys because I can't speak this language. It says the 3 big enemies of Spider-Man. Who are you looking forward to bringing home? The enemy is coming. Character poster is online. Doc Ock, played by Alfred Molina. Green Devil, played by William Dafoe. And the Electric Man, played by M. Fox, returns to the assembly across time and space and stage of violent, quote, memory killing. Of course, this is rough Google Translate. The Marvel Multiverse opens up to infinite possibilities, and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange teamed up to start a space-time melee. Stay tuned for the end of the Spider-Man Heroes series. I'm excited. Hot Toys is teasing that we might get villains. Do you think this is a real thing? Do you think they're actually going to go through with it? What do you think, Dean?
I mean, that's what it seems like. I mean, we've seen this shit before, right? So it's hard to say, like, for sure. But, I mean, Spider-Man's the new fucking Iron Man, so they're going to have to be churning shit out, you know, left and right. Although, not like they made Iron Man bad guys, except what? Ironmonger.
Ultron. Captain America.
Yeah. What was his name?
Warmonger.
Thanos.
Hella.
Well, I mean,
Loki.
Thanos and Ultron aren't really specifically Iron Man bad guys, but Whiplash. And
they also made that weird dude in the chair, the homely looking dude. So they kind of made all the Iron Man villains. If we're being honest, then.
No, they didn't make.
They
the
made
Mandarin?
Whiplash. Yeah, they made the Mandarin.
Yeah.
They made Whiplash. They only didn't make the Killigan guy.
Yeah.
Killigan. Killigan?
Is that his name? Because he likes to kill again and again.
Someone clip that.
Something like that.
Something like that. I mean, I got 4 other people.
Killian,
I got
believe.
4 other people that are letting me drown right now.
All right,
No, that was his name.
What the?
Oh, Killigan
Not
from Iron Man
Killigan,
3?
bro.
Yeah.
Killian.
Killian.
Oh,
Killian.
Killian. You could be right.
I don't know. So the
Killigan.
jury's still out.
But I mean, yeah. So
Love it.
I think it's
Let's just change it.
a high probability we will see these. I mean, at least very bare minimum in like a prototype form. But I would venture to say we'll actually get these released.
Cause babies.
Wow.
You ain't wrong, Eddie. I can see that happening too. But I mean, Dean,
Can you imagine the fuckery if they made this fucking post?
You hate to see
Yeah,
it.
seriously, dude.
I actually
Cos-
can imagine it.
Prototypes, yeah, but do you think they'll actually finish the line? I mean, because when do they ever? You know. So I figure we're gonna get at least one out of these 3. You know, I'm voting for, you know, the Electric Man.
Wow,
whatever
really?
it's called.
That's the one you're voting for?
I mean, you know, all these names are funny to me, dude. I mean, it's a rough translation, dude, but come on. I just think it's hilarious that they're calling it Electric Man and the Green Devils, and they got the Dr. Octopus kind of right, but
yeah, I mean that's Google Translate though. I don't think that's Hot Toys.
No. No, but in all seriousness, I mean, it would be nice to see all 3 of these come out. You know, it would be nice. I don't think did they actually ever do any Spider-Man villains?
Yeah,
they did
Whiplash.
Sandman
Or
diorama.
no, Whiplash. Electro. They did Electro.
And Electro, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, so
it's 2.
actually, yeah, I'd like to see them doing Alfred Molina, Doc Ock. So that'd be dope. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think we'll see Doc. Why am I not talking? I think we will see Doc Ock and Green Goblin for sure. Electro, jury's out. Only because his original figure didn't sell well. Now he looks cooler here, but I feel like they're a little iffy on him. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah,
but
how
I
is he
think we'll for
15
sure
years
see the other
older,
ones.
but looks 20 years younger? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, I think we know the answer to that.
Yeah, I can't say it.
We don't.
Someone else
Jesus.
say it. Zach, you could
Christ
say it.
have mercy.
I could say it, but I'm not going to.
Wow.
John, what do you think?
Let me just start off by saying, you know, I know Hot Toys is an Asian-based company in Asia or whatever, but like they have a big following.
I didn't know that.
Zip it.
Thanks, John.
They have a big following worldwide, internationally. let's have a little decency and maybe put the translation for us already in English. If you're gonna make a post, you're gonna have it in, I guess this is Asian text. Put it in English as well. I don't know. That's just a suggestion. But
well, this isn't a English website though that they put it on. They didn't put it on their Facebook.
Okay, but put it on Facebook or put it on something. Because why is Hot Toys only opening this to the Asian market and not internationally? When they have a massive fan base here as well.
Well, because frankly, when they put it on Facebook, you have that one dingus named Danny Lee.
Well, forget that guy.
Me and everybody's kidding.
That
No, we have that one guy that says reissue Mark
46.
46. Yeah, I think they probably get more praise on their own, the
but regardless, this is
media.
news, and this should be translated by them. They should be making a post, in my opinion, because their sales posts are very well translated and well depicted in English. So some exciting little poll here they should do as well. Anyways, in regards to the figures, I think all three are coming. I think they're saying, oh, which one do you want? Pick one. But I think they have all three lined up. Because from here, they're missing a couple of the other villains that we saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
Right? So if that was a case where pick one, then why don't they have the other villains depicted in here as well? So I think all three are coming, and this is just like a little bit of a fun marketing.
Well, because I think they're not going to do a Lizard. That's why they didn't show Lizard.
But how about the young goblin?
Sandman?
I think it's because we haven't seen him, like the actor himself, have we, in any trailers?
No.
You just see the sand.
Just
so I don't know.
sands.
I don't know if we are going to see an actual character or
He'll probably
just
just be
the
on
sand.
the diorama base like the last time.
It'll just be the footprint base. That's your Sandman.
The younger goblin. You see sort of like a younger goblin there. Which was like
Hobgoblin.
Is it the Hobgoblin?
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's in the poster, isn't it?
Is that the rumor? I don't think
there's
so.
two goblins.
No, he's
It
on the
looks
trailer,
like
I think.
two.
Yeah.
I thought it was the new Goblin.
Yeah, I think
speaking
it
of,
could be.
Yeah.
Speaking of Goblin, 1/6 Kits stated there's going to be a reissue of Toys Era The Fiend. PO cutoff 24th December, available Q2 2022. I think this is smart. I think this is really smart. I think you got to capitalize on the hype, even if the suit may be different in the new film. To release a product, within basically 6 months of the movie coming out, it's going to be cheaper than the Hot Toys if it ever comes out, and you're going to get it much sooner. I think that's a smart move. I think it's a really smart move.
Not everybody else.
Yeah, I think that this figure kind of came at a weird time, and only like the real big fans were like, "Oh, I have to have this." And then when the trailer came out that showed that he was coming back, everybody was like, "Fuck, I need that." And I think that they kind of realized that more people wanted it than initially. I mean, that's their fault, but whatever. But the company's nice enough to be like, hey, okay, we'll come out with it again. I have no problem with this. It's a third party. It's not like it's fucking, You really like that Lego guy, huh?
I do.
It was like
so
Gi
cool.
Hun.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I just want to hear what John has to say.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
seriously, man. I kind of want to skip my turn and just let John go.
Go ahead.
Really?
Go ahead,
Well,
John. I'll give you the floor.
I'm on a tight leash with the reissue talk, so I can't get into too much detail. The
Just go.
No.
The leash is off. Just
the
go.
leash and the muzzle are on. I'm just gonna say because I'm gonna address the chat. Third-party reissues, license reissues. It doesn't matter what. Anything reissued is against my policy. This, okay, good for them. Yeah, they're a great business decision, but at the end of the day, guys, you may get this one a year, 2 years sooner, but you know that when Hot Toys puts one out, in my opinion, it will obliterate this one. That's just my opinion.
Not always.
Well,
Their glider will be hard to beat. Their glider is sick. And
Their
the
glider
buttons
could be.
work.
You're
Sorry,
not
go ahead.
wrong, except
Yeah.
this isn't breaking the bank to begin with.
No,
You're not.
That's where it is.
This is.
You're
I
right.
think everybody kind of understands this as like a space saver.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy it for what, like $150. It sits in your collection. Hot Toys comes out,
Sell it
a
for
year,
$80.
year and a half. Sell it for $120. You lost $20, but you enjoyed it for a year.
I don't think you get 120.
I don't think you get 120.
Oh,
That's
trust
like
me.
80.
When third,
$80.
No way. Absolutely not.
Guys, I
That's
just
80 if the Hot Toys obliterates.
Look, if you
Hot
want
Toys
my-
are known to have their own problems.
if you're someone who cares about my opinion and you listen to the show and you care about what I have to say, the type of collector I am, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole, just because I'm personally. It's not that I'm not into the unlicensed. It's just the way I collect. I attract myself more to the licensed, and I think that if they do, and again, there's a chance that Hot Toys might not even touch the Goblin, but if they do, I think it's especially the way they just executed the Spidey with the base. I think they're gonna do a phenomenal job.
If you're a collector, because this is below, I believe below 200. I think it might be 180. If Hot Toys comes out and it's $450, which I think is probably a reasonable price point, given that the figure that Rainer unboxed yesterday, the speeder, it was up there in the price, and this is further from that. I mean, do you think it will be twice as good, or are you just paying more for that license?
No, I think it will be.
I think
you pay more for the name.
I think the thing that people
Yeah.
aren't thinking about is it will be way higher in quality, even if it doesn't like beat it in articulation or whatever.
Yeah, he's right.
I own this. It's a great figure, but the material they use for the suit, it feels very cheap. It feels very cheaply done. The plastic that's used to do the armor is glued on. You could tell it's glued on. So people praise this shit, but it's not fucking Hot Toy quality. Like that. If anything, Hot Toys will beat it in that sense.
Hot Toys will
Hot Toys has bad
also
glue.
be glued. What do you mean?
But it won't
it's just
look
one of those
like
figures
it.
that
every armor piece.
No, but
It
even in
won't
some
look
photos,
like
the
it.
stitching on the, he's right though. Eddie is right. The stitching on the suit is not 100%. And Mario brought up a great point.
What did I say?
The name. It's not the Goblin. This is the Fiend. It makes a difference on the box. I'm telling you, it makes a difference.
Dude, I open a box, I put it in a closet. I don't look at that bitch
but-
until I saw the figure.
I know. I
No,
understand.
John. What I was talking about, I'm talking about a general Hot Toys tax, or in this case, a sideshow tax to justify the price.
The name, I get it, but
that's what I'm talking about.
I do think the Goblin, the Fiend, I do think people will go that route, and that'll be the figure that's in demand. Look, if this was a release, okay, but to bring it back as a reissue, I don't think it was necessary. And I personally, depending on what your budget is in your collection, I wouldn't go for this. If you have a budget where you could slip $400, $450 for the figure, and you want to build because you're going to display this with the Hot Toys. Let's say you pick up the Hot Toys Spider-Man that they just released to display it with. I don't think it's going to go well. I don't think the materials are up to par to go with it.
Manny has this figure alongside like other Hot Toys figures on his spider shelf, and it looks pretty phenomenal.
That's just my take.
Yeah, I mean, one thing, the glue of that Hot Toys uses, or even these high-end customizers, even some of our friends that make these really amazing creations, it's all the same glue. I mean, we just saw other releases from other companies that right out the box, pieces are falling off, and it's just a touch of glue.
If you hold the Fiend in one hand and
the Peen
say
in the
Hot
other.
Toys does it, and you hold that one in the other in person, you're gonna like the Hot Toy one more.
100%.
I can almost guarantee that.
100%.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in a year.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to. I know that there's people that are going to do those videos.
Yeah.
I'd love to come back to this when that happens.
And take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because like I said, it's likely, but there's no guarantee that Hot Toys is going to even tackle the Goblin. So if you want a Goblin, just be on alert. I think that they will, in my opinion, but I don't know. If it was me, I would wait.
Let me ask you this. When is the point of no return where if Hot Toys hasn't announced a Goblin yet, that you go and track one of these down? Are we thinking like January, February?
Spider-Man 5 really? No.
Before it's like $500? That's...
Yeah, right. When it gets to $450.
Yeah.
John, another another thing to tickle your fancy, though not technically a reissue.
Yeah, exactly.
Blitzway 1/6 scale Ultimate Masterpiece Series, Ghostbusters Afterlife Ecto 1 coming December 2021. Ghostbusters Afterlife was one of the greatest films I've seen in a long time. I had zero expectations. To be frank, I mean, I think Ghostbusters is cool, but I wouldn't consider myself a hardcore Ghostbusters fan by any means. Holy shit. What a film. I don't think I would ever buy this, to be completely honest, regardless of how good the film was. But this coming out, I don't know if this was the catalyst or if it's a combination with the movie and this, but I'm seeing people on OSR BST trying to track down the original 4-pack, and they're paying like $2,000 to $3,000 for those 4 figures,
bro.
It's bananas. And I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine, John, how much the Ecto 1 costs, the original.
So I'll wait for my turn.
Go ahead. Or, yeah, if you want to go, that's fine.
Well, I just wanted to say it's funny because Eddie and Juan from Third Party Reviews, we were talking about this the night before it dropped, right, Eddie? I think it was like he mentioned it the night before.
Yeah.
And he sent me a link of someone locally here in Canada selling the original Ecto with the 4 characters, four main characters, 9,500 Canadian.
Wait, 9,500?
9,500. Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ.
So it would be cool when I saw this, because I originally missed out on the Ecto, and Juan had asked me, he's like, oh, would you pick it up if it came out? I said I couldn't, because if it's a reissue, I can't go against my belief. But if this is like in the film where it's like all dusty and kind of like, you know, it's not that brand spanking new like the original one they did, and it has different moving parts and so forth, I'd like to see them do the rendition from the movie with the kids, just like they did the first set. I think that would be amazing.
I agree. I completely agree. Dean, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, the original one is a sight to behold. That thing is so fucking cool.
It's almost
the size of a real car. This motherfucker's huge. So this is exciting. Like John said, obviously, I mean, I can't imagine it's a straight reissue. I mean, if they're gonna put Afterlife on it, it should be dusty as hell and missing hubcaps and broken taillights and stuff. So if it's screen accurate, it's gonna be really cool as well. And if you have both, that would be sick. I don't have a special place in my heart for Ghostbusters. I like it. I'm a fan, but I wouldn't say, you know, I don't need them on my shelf. So for me, this is like an easy pass, or even if I found the original one.
Did you see this movie?
Not yet.
It's so
I love Paul Rudd, so I really want to see it.
People freaked over it.
One of his, honestly, I loved him in this film.
I haven't seen this one or what's that latest?
The remake,
movie?
the 2016.
Eternals.
Yeah.
No, I saw the 2016 one. We're not going there. And yeah, I haven't been able to get to the theater in a while, but I want to see this. But yeah, this looks cool.
Eddie, before you get a crack at this, let me check in with the comments. We got Toy Mafia, Eddie, Aero Maestro, Ninja Squirrel, Brenton, Equan, 6-Scale Reviews, Tukatri, Big Fern, Cash to Gemini, Nicolio, Danny Lee, Absolute Irwin, OG Fan. What else we got here? Cuervo, Sweet Angel. We also have Brenton Palmer, Lane Kramer,
Thor,
Beme, Big Ol' Fern. We got Thor. Where? Okay. Mark Pearson, Doc Smizzle, Pablo Meza, a bunch of other people in the chat. CC, 6-Scale Reviews.
Bunch of angels.
Yeah, a bunch of angels. Oh, we got Thor too. Look at that. Anyway, sorry about that, Eddie.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I'm excited to see this come out because, you know, a lot of people did like the original release. It was awesome. I got to see it. I mean, I've seen it in person a couple times at Frankensons, but at LA Comic-Con, that same booth that has it at Frankensons, they were at LA Comic-Con and they had it there, and it's huge, man. It's fucking huge. You would need like a coffee table to display this thing. or like Maji cases, or like this shit ain't going in Bestas, or I mean you could put it on top, but you need the whole something to display this. But it's badass. It's cool. I'm with Zach. I fucking loved Afterlife. I thought it was amazing. I really, when I saw this, I told Joel, like, I want it. Like, I want to see what I could do. And I wasn't even a big Ghostbusters fan either growing up. It wasn't one of the shows my mom showed me as a kid, so I didn't really have that nostalgia. I don't think I watched it until I was a teenager, probably. But it, you know, it still has that iconic music, and it still reminds me of 80s goodness. So like, I would love to have something of it in my collection just for that. Now I don't know if you want like a token thing in your collection, you go with a fucking 4-foot car. But I may end up doing it. I don't know. I want to see the price point and everything, but it's really cool to see it, and it is cool to see like that it isn't a reissue, and that, you know, they have a reason to do it, and they can. And I think it coming all weathered and shit will look better than the clean one. The clean one's cool, but this one will have a little more character and stuff, so it'll be cool.
Yeah, man. What was the original one? The original one went for, what was it, like 1,200 or 1,100 or something like that?
It was definitely 1,000 or over. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Given prices today, I would suspect that to at least, I'm calling 1,500 to 1,600 minimum on the new one.
It's $1,390.
Minimum. $1,390, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, easy. 15 and 16 minimum for this new one. Yeah, no, I was a Ghostbusters fan, man, but I mean, I really didn't have a special place in my heart like Dean mentioned for it. But I really did like it growing up when I was a kid. The original Ghostbusters. I still have yet to see Afterlife, and yeah, and I am so behind also on a lot of movies as well. Still haven't seen Venom. I still got to go see The Eternals, Ghostbusters,
I haven't seen Venom
James
either.
Bond. So much stuff, dude. There's so much stuff that's out there. I mean, you know, that aside, yeah, this is cool that this is coming out. I mean, as long as they do different up a little bit. You know, make it a little bit different. Gary's asking if you guys have this one
as the best movie of the year. I think Dune is the better film, but I think this is the best movie I've seen all year. If that makes sense.
I still haven't seen Dune yet either.
If that makes sense. Dune is really well made, and I don't think like, this movie is
visually really cool.
Yeah,
Dune.
This movie's not gonna like stun you with the story or the visuals, but this was the
just
most
a fun time.
This is
Honestly,
my favorite. This is my personal favorite of the year. I did have Free Guy, but this is my favorite.
This might be the most fun movie I've seen in years. Like, I know that we talk shit about the sequel trilogy from time to time, but I really had fun watching TFA in the theaters. Like it was such a safe film. Like it kind of checked all the boxes. I had fun watching it. I would say this is probably the most fun I've had in theaters since TFA. And I would say I had more fun than TFA.
What about Sonic?
I didn't see Sonic in the theater. I saw Sonic at home.
Oh, because that's a really fun movie as well.
That movie is really fun. It's not a great movie, but fuck, it's fun, dude. It's definitely fun. Eddie, do you think this is the best movie you've seen?
Yeah, this is definitely. I'm not too crazy about like, oh, you know, the special effects and the cinematography. I'm not one of those guys. I'm pretty simple-minded. Like, I fucking enjoyed it. So, for me, it was Free Guy before this. I do love Dune a lot. Like, that movie is visually pleasing, and everything that's going on in the world building, that was sick. But this is for me. It's very fun. It's very like feel good. That's probably the biggest thing, is the feel good. You're gonna watch this and feel really good, and the kids are fucking great actors and actresses, dude. Insane. They did a good job. So, yeah.
Hey, so if and when Blitzway re-releases the original 4, would you guys consider picking them up?
I don't think they will.
I think if I was gonna pick up one,
I'd get Bill Murray. Yeah.
Yeah, if I was gonna pick up one character from the Ghostbusters franchise, because Ghostbusters was a bit before my time, and I did enjoy it, but like, you know, it's a good movie, but I wouldn't say it's like the greatest film of all time. I would probably sooner pick up a Phoebe, to be honest. She was such an amazing character. Like if I just had one, I don't think I would. but I'm certainly not going to spend, what if they're $200 a piece, $800 to buy the original 4? Nah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It would be. I think they should, though, seeing the prices on the secondary market.
Don't you think they would execute the kids?
Whoa, that
they would release
John.
the kids.
Well, release the
Gonna
kids.
execute
Don't
children.
execute any kids. Please. We don't.
I think they will. I think they will. I don't know if you really need to release
What is it with
all
Canada
of the
and
kids.
kid killing?
Holy man!
Oh, that's a low blow.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
John,
Jesus.
35-minute mark, John.
Holy shit!
Is it safe?
I think they could probably get away with releasing Phoebe and maybe Podcast. I think that would be smart. I don't know that you really need to release the kid from Stranger Things and the other chick. I don't know. I didn't really feel like they were that. 6-Scale Mafia execute order 66 on the child Ghostbusters. Let's move on before we get pulled from YouTube. Shout out to the 50 plus watching. SooSoo Toys announced the comedian. They're calling it The Punchline. Great to see Pete Davis getting a 6-scale figure.
Jesus.
I appreciate the fact that a company is making figures from the Watchmen. I really do. But I'm not really feeling this one. This one comes in at 164, releasing Q1 to Q2 2022. And good accessories, don't get me wrong. Great set of hands. Lots of weapons. I don't know. I can't get over that smiling portrait though. I don't particularly like it.
Who did you say a second ago? Pete Davis?
He said Davis. Yeah.
From Saturday Night Live?
Oh, is that his name?
Davidson?
Davidson.
Oh, Pete Davidson. Yeah. I don't know. I said Pete.
I don't
Pete
see
Davidson.
Pete Davidson, but this is a goofy ass head sculpt.
Bro, if Pete Davidson had a mustache, that's what Pete Davidson's gonna look like after dating Kim Kardashian.
Fucking
Exactly.
Kim
I was about
Kardashian
to
has a
say.
mustache right now, brother.
Jesus.
Nasty.
Yeah, this is the comedian is probably my favorite design wise in that movie, but he's such a piece of shit. Like, I don't even want him in my collection. You know what I mean? But you're right. It's cool that someone's going back and revisiting. I hope they do the whole line. That'd be fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah.
There's some really cool characters in that movie. Rorschach's always been my favorite.
Yeah.
They do have, I think, 2 Rorschachs actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Yeah, I remember a long time ago, Zach, you helped Seth redo his. Came out really good. And I've always wanted a really cool Rorschach in the collection, so maybe I'll look into that. But yeah, I mean, this is it. It is what it is. It's not great. It's not the worst thing ever. It's better than any Homelander I've seen so far.
How dare you?
So
Jeez.
that's not saying a whole lot, but I mean, yeah, it's serviceable.
Yeah. Yeah, at 164, it's not bad. It's cheaper than going to find the Hot Toys one now. That's for sure. The smiling
Is the Hot Toys of this?
I think early on they did.
Very early, long time ago.
Yeah.
Hot Toys did this.
You learn something new every day.
The smiling sculpt, you might as well just throw that in the trash once you get it. That's really bad. The cigar sculpt is really, I think they did well with the hair and everything, and the accessories are nice. But yeah, it's an alternative. Like I said, I don't think Hot Toys is going to be revisiting the Watchmen. So if these guys do the line and Watchmen's your thing, then you're golden. But yeah, they need to improve on the portraits a bit. Damn.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. My brother was over when I saw this announcement, and I showed him immediately because the comedian he's one of the best characters, but he is a big piece of shit too, kind of in the way you hate Joffrey, you hate the comedian. But he is really fucking funny, and he, I don't know, he's got my same kind of personality. He's kind of a dick, so like he's relatable for me. I like that aspect of him. So he's one of my favorite characters from Watchmen. Rorschach's cool too. But I think this is the second in the line because they did do a Rorschach It'll be interesting to see if they do who they do next. I would think Ozymandias, because I would also be interested to see how they would do Dr. Manhattan. That would be crazy. But as far as the head sculpts, you guys are right. The smiling one sucks. I probably wouldn't use it. I think the masked sculpt is really good. The only thing is, in some of the pictures, the eyes look crooked, or like he's got a lazy eye or something, and so I wonder if
you're right.
If it'll look like that in person. Hopefully it doesn't. Because otherwise I would think it's great with just that sculpt and just not use the smiling one. See, but on the left here, that smiling one doesn't look bad, but I think it's just because it's like distorted, small, you know what I mean? So you can't really see it that well, but overall I like the figure, and I think it's a great price point, so I may end up picking this up.
Yeah. I don't know. I've got nothing to say about this thing really. I haven't seen this movie, so I have no idea who the fuck y'all are talking about. You know, but I mean, this looking at the figure from a design aspect, it looks nice. I mean, it's cool. I like the outfit, you know, the bandolier with the smoke grenades and all that. It's got decent accessories, a few guns and stuff like that. It looks like it's packed with enough that I guess this figure needs, you know. The sculpts don't look that bad, y'all. I mean, but what is it about? I don't understand why these companies are giving us smiling faces, dude. I mean, I would think that people would have learned off of the Ant-Man smiling portrait and noticed the backlash that it got from the community. I don't know why these companies still insist on trying to perfect the smiling sculpt, but you know, whatever. But yeah, cool looking figure.
It's been a while since I've seen this movie. I got to go back and revisit it, but I do remember some people were saying Night Owl. I think that'd be a cool figure.
If you guys like the Watchmen movie, check out the HBO series. It was really good, and it's sort of a sequel to that one. Kind of what happened afterwards.
Is that the one that got canceled?
Yeah.
Because I heard it was good, and then it got canceled. I was like, what the fuck?
I know.
Yeah, I tried watching both of them, dude, and they were both. I couldn't.
Both.
Neither of them could hold my attention, dude.
Watchmen's tough, dude. It's a slow burn. Yeah. I mean, even when it's like exciting, it's kind of slow.
Just
it's
like
definitely
CW,
not for
baby.
Everybody.
Figuarts. This was a weird announcement. Dude. This was such a weird announcement because I don't think, I'm going to double check right now, but when we put it on the show sheet this morning, there was nothing else anywhere. These were on Target of all places for pre-order. Star Wars Visions. Help me out here, Dean. What are these characters' names?
Kari and Am.
Yep, these were up for $85 with no
Kari's
ETA.
the boy. Kari is voiced by
that's a dude?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Harris. The guy on the right.
Oh.
Is Neil I'm sorry, not Neil deGrasse
What? I was like,
Neil Patrick Harris.
Why are we so off today? This is amazing. You could tell it's December on CW. We're just phoning this shit
Neil
in.
Patrick Harris and Allison Brie voices Am, the girl on the left. That was like my favorite, probably of all of the Visions. And I said it when we kind of reviewed it a few months ago. That I was like, dude, like if Figuarts or Figma does this line, I've assumed it was going to be Figuarts because they have the Star Wars license. I was like, dude, they're going to fucking knock these out of the park because they do really good anime figures. And sure enough, these look amazing. I wish there was a little more photos.
Yeah.
But
I wish there was Ronin. I don't understand why you wouldn't lead off your first wave with Ronin.
That's true. You're not wrong. But
$85, is that? That's expensive.
A lot.
Bro. That's a lot of money. Bro.
I think most of that is the Star Wars license, though, because even their Star Wars Figuarts they're up there. So this is, I mean, I'm super excited to see them. I'll definitely get these.
Does anybody remember this show? I mean, it seems like it just came and went, man.
Yeah. It didn't really ever get that much fanfare.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But they're also releasing. We don't have a picture of it, but Ronin is getting a Funko Pop with the droid.
Ooh. Oh, that
Ronin.
guy.
The first episode.
Oh, the first episode.
That one was cool. I liked the first episode.
Yeah, I like the way that they put that character design together. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to say these two were from episode 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
So episode 1, episode 3, and on were good. Episode 2 was so fucking garbage.
Was that one with Boba Fett?
Yes.
Yeah, with the
Wow, how can Boba Fett be garbage?
No, it was a musical group.
Dude, that's not good to hear.
It was
man.
very kiddie.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Was
saying.
it?
Like Boba Fett couldn't save that episode. That's how bad it was. It was so stupid.
It was nice
like
to see
Jabba the
Boba.
Hutt. Jabba the Hutt, this like intergalactic crime lord, wants this guy dead, but he plays good music, so we'll just let him live. It's like, no, motherfucker, kill him. This is fucking stupid.
Too bad Han didn't know how to play good music.
Yeah, for
I didn't
real,
make it
dude.
past the first episode, man, and I barely made it past that. I know it was short and all, but I was like, jeez. So I have
Never heard that before.
Yeah.
Terrible
You know.
attention span.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
I do, man. You know.
I like this
Let's
picture.
move on.
Oh, you love to see this.
The
I love this
Rancor.
picture.
They actually only missed the, well, allegedly, they only missed the deadline by, this was a little bit once it started rolling back, but it was only by like a few hundred backers. And I didn't particularly care for the way that they announced it today. So first, right after, I think it was like 9 o'clock p.m., they started canceling everyone's orders, which you know, was fine. But then they kind of threw it at the collectors, and I didn't really appreciate that. So the message says, we're sorry that the Star Wars The Black Series Rancor HasLab project did not reach its minimum backing goal. This is what HasLab platform is all about, bringing our fans together and allowing you to decide if these dream projects get developed. We want to thank those fans who showed up for their support and backed this project, and those who shared their passions throughout the campaign. We look forward to bringing you more dream concepts in the future.
What a
I don't think
bunch
this
of
had anything to
fucking
do with
cocksuckers.
I don't think this had anything to do with the fans. I think there's 4 reasons why this failed.
It's okay,
Shut the hell up
real
and let me talk. God
real
damn it.
quick.
Jesus Christ.
No, because I hate you.
Here we go. Let's mute.
Go ahead,
that,
Dean.
Please. Jeez, I'm kind
So
of in the
much
middle of a
about
rant.
you I
I'm in the
really
middle of a
dislike.
rant.
What do we do, Cam? We fight.
Let me share my piece, and then I'll let you share your piece.
Okay, go ahead.
4 reasons I think it failed. The price. I think it was
my
too expensive.
God, how long's the show going?
All right, let's get him out of here.
Oh,
and then
shit.
2, you had
Whoa,
3
benched.
different HasLab programs going on at the same time. You had the Proton Pack, you had the G.I. Joe jet plane, and this, and all of them are in December and require full payment at the time of the completion of the funding. And not only that, but just the product itself. It wasn't good. The tiers were terrible. One of the tiers was literally cardboard and bones, which is fucking awful. And I think that's why it failed. And for them to kind of throw it back and say, well, you guys get to decide what gets funded. It's like, well, yes, but also what you offered, I don't think was worth the price. And they really made almost no attempt to try to save this during the campaign. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, the sentence in there that pisses me off the most is you get to decide what's developed. Motherfuckers, you've already developed it. You already did all the work. It's already fucking designed. You have a working prototype that's painted like shit. It's already been developed. Stop fucking being assholes, putting this shit behind paywalls because people want it. But not everybody has fucking however much it was going to cost up their ass, especially during fucking a pandemic.
And the holiday season.
And the holiday season, exactly. It's like, what the fuck is your problem? You've already made it. Just fucking make it. Don't make 1,000 of, or 100,000 of them that aren't going to sell. Make a limited run. Fuck it. Like, do half of what you made. What was that fucking TIE fighter that fucking warmed the shelves until fucking Kingdom Come? Like, don't make that many. Make half of that. But don't fucking put it on the collector like, well, like, you decided and you didn't want it, so we're not going to make it, even though we've already made it. It's like, fuck you people. HasLab is a bunch of fucking dicks, dude. That's my piece.
Well, that being said, I can't wait to receive my HasLab Regicrest.
With that being said, that one does look pretty fucking. But the thing is, that one you could tell. I think they truly were like giving you the what is it called? The full Monty, right? Like you got everything you could have wanted. This one, they're like, oh, if we had 11,000, you get cardboard and bones. Cool.
Yeah.
If we hit 14,000, you get AIDS Space Monkey.
Some
and if we hit like 800 million, you get, I don't know what the fuck you call it,
an uncarded figure.
This is such a random freaking character to release for a HasLab. I know it's like, I understand it's their first Black Series type of thing, but a Rancor? I mean, Dean, this is something they could have released at retail, and something they should have released at retail because it's that significant of a character to get its own release, and not what. Granted, the other two HasLabs were as well. Come on, Zach. You know if this thing came with a Rancor Keeper, you'd buy it too, bro. But I mean,
no, I don't think this would sell well at retail. Not at $350 on the show.
Yeah, not at $350. I mean, even the fucking TIE Fighter was what, $150?
Yeah.
Well, how long ago
TIE Fighter
was
was
that?
not expensive.
How long ago
Not long
was
enough that it would be $350 now.
Well, dude, the Falcon, the new TVC Falcon was freaking $400. You know?
Yeah, that's too expensive.
It's way smaller scale. It is too expensive, but what I'm saying is that prices are going up, and that's just the reality of everything. Man, it freaking sucks, but what are you going to do about it other than not support it, not buy it? But then when we do that, and they release stuff that we want, but we're not willing to pay it, then we're kind of at a loss a little bit. We're telling these companies that, hey, we want this, but we're not willing to pay for it. Then they're not going to do it. It sucks that that's a thing.
Well, we're not willing to pay an exorbitant amount of money that it's really not.
Yeah. This was like
150 in 2015 is 175 in 2021.
They should have lowered the freaking the targets, the tiers for the targets, like way lower. I mean, for 9,000 pieces to even get to the first tier, I mean that's just ridiculous. And for 19,000 to get the damn Luke, I mean, come on, that's just insane, dude. So, I mean, look, what I wanted to see this, I don't care. I would have seen. I'd rather have the sideshow version, to be honest.
Yeah.
But whatever. I don't think anybody's upset that this isn't freaking, come to fruition. But
I'm
whatever.
I fucking cheered that it failed. I was like, yes. I almost did a backflip. My fat ass, dude.
Jesus.
Bullshit.
I didn't.
Try
I
it,
didn't
Dean.
break my neck.
Do it right now for us, man. Let's see.
John Candy could do backflips.
Who?
John Candy. I forgot
That's
what
why,
movie
that's why he's no longer with it. No.
Uncle Buck.
That's
wow,
fine. He died early.
He's Canadian, you prick.
That's okay. He did a backflip in the cost of his life. No.
Sean, what do you think about this?
I'm surprised that 8,500 people backed it. To be honest, I'll be frank about that. And I don't think their heart was really into it, because I think if they really wanted this to be out, a $500 difference, they would have made it. They would have snuck in some numbers or something in there. Look, this was a horrible paint application. This was a rush job. For me, the best thing they did was that Razor Crest. That HasLab system, the way they came up with the perks and the level ups and all that, that was well executed, and that's why it was so successful. This was a horrible fail. I hope they learned their lesson. It's tragic to see that the Rancor falls into the same category as Cookie Monster. And like I said, I hope they learned their lesson. And just as a hint, maybe tackle something cool like a Jabba on Throne as the next one.
Well,
that was SCCC exclusive, dude.
Was it? Well,
reissue, baby.
Reissue it then. I won't buy it.
John
but
doesn't
reissue.
collect that scale.
I'll collect the scale if it's warranted. Like that Razor Crest, I kick myself that I didn't get onto it. But I didn't know anything about HasLabs or anything before that Razor Crest. So
yeah, I kicked myself that I didn't get two of them, man, because it's such a shame that we're not going to get an unboxing of the Razor Crest.
But I heard you're in a jolly mood and you may send it over here for Christmas there, Mario.
You heard wrong, dude.
When is that coming out? Is that soon, Mario?
December.
It's supposed to be shipping next month, supposedly.
Is it next month?
I believe that.
Cool.
You're not going to open it?
Hell no. No. Why would I open that, John?
Smart man. I love it. I wouldn't open
Eddie?
It's probably in pieces in the box, which is kind of perfect because it's in pieces on the show.
Oh, wow.
It's making a comeback, apparently, though.
Eddie, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I don't think they ever wanted to do this.
Yeah.
I don't think they gave it I don't think they give it the old college try or whatever the fuck people say. They started off by soliciting this as a fucking render, which is the only fucking HasLab I think to be a render with no prototype, nothing. I think that the fans bug for this shit. People were all speculating Rancor, and they just did it as a, all right, let's shut them up. And they didn't even bother trying because they never wanted to make it, I don't think. Because their post is very condescending and passive-aggressive. Like, the shit that they say, like, oh, it's on you guys. We tried, but no one backed it. Like, you didn't even fucking try, man. What the hell? So, I think people were excited for it. I don't agree with Mario that people didn't want it. I think a lot of people wanted this shit. Dylan's probably laying in bed melancholy right now because it didn't get back. He's been dreaming of this since he was fucking 5
I thought he wanted the
375
one.
No, he wanted this one. Well, he wanted the Power of the Force one as a kid, but he was excited for this. But yeah, it's they didn't even bother.
Yeah, it was botched in the beginning. I mean, with the paint amps and not giving who was it, Ula, and along with the Rancor Keeper as one of the first. Yeah, that guy as one of the first tiers. Yeah, I mean, come on, they completely botched it. They said they said that this is the fans' fault, but they didn't even listen to the fans from the beginning, dude. So there were so many people that were screaming out for those two figures, man. They could have chosen to steer the ship differently, and give the collectors those two figures that they wanted as an earlier tier. So
yeah.
Oh well, live and learn.
Small Talk is going to be covering this in a greater length on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. I think Eddie, you may be joining that panel as well.
Probably not as angry.
I think the thing that bothered me the most was last week when they showed the photo from Return of the Jedi of Malakili, and they're like, if it gets funded, we'll show you what it looks like. But it's like, Watto's scrapyard, I can send him like, a dozen pictures of me, and like in a few hours he has like a full portrait done and sculpted and pretty much ready for print. And I have trouble imagining that like a multi-billion-dollar company couldn't even at minimum give a render, like a product not approved render.
Especially
like, to me, that was the nail in the coffin. Like,
we just got a render of Hawkeye and Kate from fucking Hawkeye show. Like that render was all put together all quick.
Malakili's been around for like fucking 50 years. You guys can't.
And then they make this smart ass post. Oh, we were this close. No, this was
the most annoying thing.
Especially for the Black Series line, which is a very fulfilled line. Not quite as like the vintage collection, but those motherfuckers have. There's no way that they haven't rendered that guy already somewhere before.
Has it not been released in the Black Series?
No. But they just released fucking Ponda Baba and Dr.
And
Evazan. It's like,
and they have like Gamorrean guards. They just came out with on pre-order. What's his name? The Twi'lek that's next to Jabba.
Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna. Yeah. It's like you guys didn't have a fucking Malakili or whatever the fuck his name is anywhere in the fucking
2 months during this whole project. You never thought to do that.
Yeah, not only during the project, but like I don't know. Black Series has been around for a fucking decade. Like, what the fuck are you people doing? I think everyone in here is right. I don't think they wanted to make this. I think they were just like passing the time.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
I hate to see it.
Fuck them and the fucking Rancor they wrote in on.
Jesus.
Getting into released, quarter scale Mando released, I think this is a beautiful figure. I still think there's figures that have been delayed longer that should have been released, but this is quarter scale, so I kind of give it a pass. It looks like a dude in a suit, and I think that's the best thing you can say for anything like this. I think he has the right build, because he's not like a super lanky guy. He's not fat, but he's pretty built. Baby Yoda looks adorable as per usual. And I think this is a fantastic addition to the quarter scale line.
Yeah. How much is this retail? $410 or something?
Google it, baby.
Isn't it like 5 something, 6 something?
I'm on Sideshow right now. Let me take a look.
Later, Brenton. Love you, bro.
See you, brother.
I'm almost tempted to pick this up instead of $550 if I don't get the deluxe. I'm almost tempted to get this instead of the new
545.
Chrome Mando.
What?
Wow.
Cause damn, I think this would look so fucking cool on the shelf, dude. I'm tempted. I'm really tempted. If I pick this up, I'm not gonna get a 6 scale Beskar Mando.
Yeah, but don't you like the chromed out Beskar instead?
I do, but like the price difference is pretty close.
Yeah.
Do you have a Beskar Man on your collection already?
No, I was waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for a season 2. So
This technically is season 2.
yeah, and when they announced the Chrome version, everyone was all pissed off because they were still waiting for their first Beskar Mando. I was like, well, I waited, so I don't really give a shit. But now that this is out, I'm kind of like, well, like I could get this now, and the price is pretty similar. It's not far off. So we'll see when I do.
Shit, what's the price difference between this one and the chromed out Beskar one?
Let me check.
Yeah, because that's pretty crazy, man. If you put it that way, that this quarter scale piece is like not too far from the 6 scale. I mean, geez, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild to imagine. Nah, you know what? This picture on the right, dude, I thought this was like a promotional shot for the series, dude. This looks pretty freaking good, man. Some of these photographers are absolutely killing it with their photos. I think they got a newer photographer that's taking some of these incredibly realistic shots of him out.
Kisma.
Is it Kid? Okay, I have no idea who the photographer is, bro. You know, so.
God damn.
That was good. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
damn, dude, that was smart. Because Mario was like, I don't know the name of it. Mario,
the 330 for the collectors, 375 for the deluxe on the Chrome.
Yeah, 375 for the deluxe. You pay shipping and taxes. That's over 420, 430. That one's 550. Like
plus shipping and tax.
Yeah, so it's like the difference of $100, $200. Like,
yeah. Fucking Zach, I lost my train of thought, dude.
I'm sorry.
That's a bad guy. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, I know. I mean, as good as this looks, as good as this quarter scale looks, I'm not a fan of it personally, dude. I mean, there's just something about quarter scale Hot Toys. Yes, I have the quarter scale Darth Vader, and I'm on the fence about getting rid of it still, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. Just a giant articulated figure, I do prefer, I'll prefer the statue. I mean, I like the Iron Studios one that I have a little bit more than this. Granted, you can do more with this particular figure than you can with the statue. But still, even so, I mean, I'm kind of this man about it. I really don't care. I was listening to another stream and they had mentioned the possibility of Hot Toys doing the same thing with this quarter scale, like what they did with the 6 scale as far as releasing it later on.
Can you imagine?
In chrome along with the Pedro Pascal head sculpt. I don't see that happening, dude.
No.
I mean, as far as given their track record, they won't. I don't think they'll do anything like that for quarter scale.
No.
I mean, because the quarter scale figures are so far and few between that I don't see anything like that happening, even if it is 5 years down the line. Because I don't see that happening. Because even 5 years down the line, ain't no one gonna give a shit about this show anymore. I mean, yeah, it is the show that brought Star Wars back on the map and all that, but I mean, we don't really tend to freaking appreciate what we have for that long. We're just always on to the next thing. So
yeah.
But that being said, it's a great looking figure, but easy pass for me, bro.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Mario. It's a pass for me. I think it's great. I think their 6 scale that they did with the pram was really nicely done. So in quarter scale, it's going to look absolutely stunning. But two things. If I'm going to go quarter scale, I would have liked to see this with the chromed out armor. And I think if I'm going to go quarter scale, I think, Mario, I would rather go with your quarter scale Iron Studio statue, to be 100% frank. Just think the way it was executed was really good. I know it's going to be pricier, especially now that they're all gone. But I think long term that's a better option in my opinion. This is nice, but there's a lot of inaccuracies that I can't get over.
Yeah, John, you know what? I'm surprised that they kind of missed the opportunity not to chrome this one out. You know what I mean? Given the feedback that they got with the 6-scale version, why didn't they do that to this one?
I don't know.
At least, I mean, you forget the portrait. I mean, at least chrome it out a little bit just to make it a little bit more accurate to the show. I think that would have been, I think that's a missed opportunity, but
most definitely.
Oh, well.
I think this looks good. I don't know how I feel about quarter scale Hot Toys either. But I think it looks really good. I don't think that they missed on it or anything, and if you're into like quarter scale figures, then I think they knocked it out of the park. Mario, do quarter scale Hot Toys stand well on their own, or do you need the stands like
there? Then
the Vader. Well, I only have the Vader, dude, and I honestly haven't really tested it to see if it can stand by itself because I'm afraid of just that big old giant thing toppling over.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't trust it, dude. Yeah, because I had the it's granted it's not the same comparison, but the quarter scale NECA Batman Begins, and that freaking thing just tumbled over. That took a shelf dive so many times, no matter what I tried to do it. I bolted it down and it still freaking took a shelf dive. You know? So
maybe
I don't like the idea of a quarter scale figure, not being without a stand.
Yeah. Maybe there is a market out there for quarter scale Hot Toys. I personally think they should just stop doing them and just, put the money and time and resources into their fucking backlog, dude. That's what I think they should do. Like, I don't think there's that many people that need these. I think a lot of people think like you guys, where it's like, if we're going to go quarter scale, might as well get the statue.
So, yeah, they do have their collectors, and they do have those that really appreciate them. But I think it's way less than their 6-scale community.
I don't hear it that often. Like I don't hear just from our community and the people we know and the other YouTubers that we see. I don't hear a lot of people clamoring for quarter scale stuff or like, I know a lot of people said the Vader was good. But I just don't hear a lot. There's a whole shit ton of other quarter scale stuff that I don't know. I just feel like, is it worth it? Just use that resources and stuff for your backlog and, all that. So.
Yeah, Nicolio says that the quarter scale Batman Begins Hot Toys has those smooth criminal ankles and it needs a stand.
Yeah, precisely.
Up next, Hot Toys released their zombie Deadpool. I feel like we talked about this, but I literally didn't remember this was a thing, and I'm shocked that it's out already. But it looks great. I think when it was first announced, it was before What If, and there's obviously the Zombies comic series. But I think now that What If has come out, I think this figure is a lot more. I think it's probably more desirable. I think some people are planning to get this and a few of the other, like the zombie cap and the, not technically zombied, but what is it? The Vision Mark 46, where it's all like skull.
Oh yeah.
I think this figure looks good, man. I don't. If I remember correctly, I didn't like this when it was announced, but Hot Toys is good, man. They're good at gore, and they're good at sculpting and painting, and I think they nailed it.
Yeah, this kind of came out of nowhere for me. I'm not surprised though. I was like, oh yeah, duh, that makes sense. I think it looks good. It's a unique outfit. It's not the movie, which would have been very fucking easy for them to do. I think it looks great. I'm curious to see how like the arm works because it comes off above the elbow. It looked like on one of the photos. So I'm wondering if that's just like a plug or maybe like a magnet. I don't know. I think a magnet would be terrible. I don't like the magnet they did on Commander Cody, and I feel like it's going to be kind of the same thing. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I'm not a big fan of the zombies, but I know people love them, so I think it's a cool addition to the lineup.
No, you know what? I think this is where they pull off some of their best work. I agree with Zach. I mean, with the robotic figures that they do, like the was it the Ultron Mark One, the Terminator Endoskeleton, and now after seeing the details that they did with the zombie, they absolutely nailed it. Yeah, and I also agree that it did come out of nowhere, and I think it was a pretty fast release. I think this was solicited for pre-order earlier this year, wasn't it? So this really seems like a fast turnaround. You know, this is not a line that I collect, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted, man. I think this came out so good. I mean, after looking at the Sideshow unboxing as well, there's so much that's going on. You know, with the details, with the zombie legs that have like the bone that's completely exposed in one of the legs as well. The rips in the suit, the paint apps, the swappable eyes, the swappable mouth plates and everything. And there's so much going on with this figure, man. And it's Deadpool, dude. You know, so I have my one Deadpool in the collection, and that's one piece that I don't think I'll ever get rid of. But yeah, this is tempting, man. It looks so freaking good. And same with the cap as well, the zombie cap. I think it looks amazing. So who knows? We'll see what happens. But awesome looking figure.
Yeah, I completely agree with you guys. You guys hit it on the head. That you truly see their work and what their potential is here. It's different. Is it innovative? I don't know if it's innovative, but it's different. I think this line has a lot of potential with the new show that's coming out. I think it's going to be, it has the potential to be a popular line, depending on how the characters are depicted and depending on what characters they do. So it's exciting to see what we may get down the line. But so far, I did like the cap so far for the Deadpool. I'm not really interested, but I know there's going to be a lot of fans after that show hits.
I could care less about this stuff. But I mean, you guys aren't wrong. It looks good. I always said that it'd be cool to have figures that you display for holidays, and this would be a cool one to decorate your house for Halloween. Like, you know, I got the mantelpiece above the fireplace. It'd be cool to have him up there for Halloween, and that's probably the only reason I'd get it. So
yeah,
that's what I think is cool about it. But
I think this was such a smart move by Hot Toys because the Marvel Zombies comic series that this comes from, this isn't from this is from the comic series. The zombies are not, they don't look anything like this. They look more like Walking Dead style, where, you know, like black, grayed out flesh, like real gory, and they styled this, especially with the flesh, sort of more like the What If series zombies, and it fits in absolutely perfectly. So this gives you basically 2, maybe 3. I think 6 Mafia said he was going to futz in the new Iron Man 2. So that's a shelf right there. I mean, to be honest. And so I think that was super smart on their part to brand it with this blue color. Lane Kramer with the super chat says, I'm selling my Mando scout bike. I'm considering getting Anakin Clone Wars on STAP to replace it and have Anakin regular on pre-order. Would this be a good switch out? I think so. I think having an iconic Anakin, I think, is probably better than the because that's not really the classic speeder bike, right? That's the white version.
But
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I have a question for Lane too. I mean, do you plan on picking up the Return of the Jedi version as well? Because I think that's even more iconic, in my opinion, than Anakin on a STAP. You know, but it's basically the same figure you're gonna get. But I mean, it's Return of the Jedi status instead of the Mandalorian. But if you're not, you know, it's already in your head. You're already thinking about it. So just go ahead and do it and just see what happens, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Mario. I think the Return of the Jedi is more iconic than both Anakin on a staff and the Mando speeder. But yeah, it's your collection, man. You do whatever you want, but I think Mario's right.
Shout out to Gary Hicks with the $25 super chat. Love the show. What an
thanks, Gary Bear.
Wow,
love Gary.
That's support. What a guy.
Happy, love Gary Bear, man. Rocky Robbit figure said this is more a Deadbite look. Love that. I think this is neat. It's interesting. It's different. It's still like that whole Disney thing that Hot Toys produces, like majority Disney stuff, but I like this. I don't know. I really like the way this came out. And I think I was actually really down on this when it was shown. But ever since What If, I'm a big fan of the zombie stuff. And I'm excited. I think if they did a full zombies line, especially with the TV show coming out, the more children's animated style full zombie show, I think this would potentially rise in value if it's a short printed figure. And Deadpool actually shows up in that show as looking similar to this. I think that'd be great.
And this is one of those one-offs too that I don't think will ever get reissued again, in my opinion. But who knows with the way that their business practices are nowadays.
Yeah, totally true. Dean, it's that time of the show. Let's say thank you to our sponsor that keeps the lights on.
We're gonna talk about What the Scrapyard, Annie. Guys, I can't say enough good things about What the Scrapyard. We want to thank our friends over at What the Scrapyard for sponsoring tonight's episode. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, and eBay under that name. Makes 3D printed parts for hard-to-come-by Kenner and Hasbro vehicles, which is a huge help when you're looking for lost pieces to old ships that you just can't find anymore. Also makes resin printed head sculpts of literally anybody in the world or even in your head. If you don't see a customer or if you don't see a head sculpt of somebody you need, send Watto a message. He'll get it designed, printed, and shipped to your door for a reasonable fee. Hit up Watto's. Also just hit him up to say what great of a guy he is, because he's fucking amazing. Shout out.
You're not wrong,
Sean. Bro. Yeah.
Yeah, we also want to thank 1/6 Corner. Their mission is to provide the best figures and collectibles to their customers. They offer great prices, great packaging, fast shipping, and best in the business customer service. Collecting Weekly listeners get 10% off in-stock figures while our show is live using code CW10. Again, all caps, that's CW10. Choose your figures, pay safely with PayPal, and leave the rest to them.
Since it is our last episode before Christmas of the regular show, I thought it would be fun for us to kind of share some of our things that we want for Christmas. And then Rainer had a great idea also to share some of our favorite Christmas memories. So I'll go ahead and lead us off. A few years back, Dean the Dream Martin said, "Zach, what would you like for Christmas?" And I said, "Dean, you know what? I want this Bumblebee. It's a great price, $25 online on eBay, A+ seller, and it'll be here in a few days." And that's what he got me. And I remember getting the text at work that my package was delivered, and I hurried home, and sure enough, there was no package at the door. My heart skipped a beat. My heart skipped a beat. I felt my heart crack. I checked my mailbox. There was no key in the mailbox. I found the mail carrier a few communal mailboxes down and asked him if he maybe marked it as delivered, or if there was a problem with the package, he couldn't leave it at the door. He said that he had left it at a door, but that he may have left it at the wrong door. And this was maybe, I work really close to home, so this was maybe within 3 or 4 minutes of getting the text, I was already home. And so he pretty much was like, "Yeah, I did leave it at this house," which was one street over. The house has the same house number, but it's a different street. Doc Smizzle says, "You can't recycle a story so soon after telling it." How dare you, Doc Smizzle? And they refused to give it back. They said they didn't know what I was talking about. We got the postal service involved. Literally got the police involved, actually. They said they didn't know what I was talking about. And a few days later, they returned it. But that was a memory that led to some beautiful friendships, because that was when I posted this photo of my current beehive paying tribute to the lost fallen bee. And did I not put the picture in here? Danny Lee. Let me check. Danny Lee posting his Transformers, paying tribute to the lost brethren. Oh, I didn't put it in here. God damn it. Anyways, well, Danny Lee posted a picture of all his Autobots paying tribute to the Bumblebee. And I think that was really the first.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I put it in there, but Google Slides has been so weird.
It's hilarious now, but I remember when it happened, I was like, wow, what a fucking sweetheart. Like, to take
I'm finding
the time
picture right now.
To take the time to get all your Transformers, and if he's anything like me, there's some in vehicle mode, some in robot mode. So he fucking transformed some of his figures to be in robot mode so they could do a little, salute to the fallen bee. I was like,
It
wow,
was
what
beautiful.
a fucking angel, dude.
It was absolutely beautiful, and that's really how my friendship with Danny started. I mean, like we had already talked quite a few times before then, but like I was like, wow, this guy's fucking awesome. Like he did all that stuff. And while you're telling your story, Dean, I'm gonna find that photo because I know I put it in the slides. It just didn't show up on the thing.
Yeah, I guess a really fond Christmas memory I have is, God, dude, I couldn't even tell you what year this was, but you'll be able to guess by the story I'm going to tell. I was super into Power Rangers, and I put a list together for Santa Claus. I was like, fucking Power Rangers. I wake up the next morning with, you remember the Power Ranger toys that they had like the big chest and their heads would flip? It was like the unmasked head and then the masked head. Their chest would open up and they would flip.
I remember those.
Yeah. My parents had got me every single one. So I had like the whole squad. Pink, yellow, blue, black, green. I was like, oh my God. It was so fucking exciting, dude. Like, I just remember like being in like absolute heaven. And that was, I couldn't even tell you what year that was. Probably 95? Maybe 96? I honestly couldn't tell you. But yeah, it was just a really fond memory I have of my growing up.
Yeah, one for me as well growing up was I used to pre-order my figures, Hot Toys figures. You want to show it off first? Zach, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
This was the photo that Danny posted. All his figures paying salute and tribute to my fallen bee. What a fucking angel, bro. What a fucking angel.
Danny has a heart. Honestly, you won't find another person with a heart like Danny. You'll never see him mad. You'll never see him yell at you or put you down.
Oh, he yelled at me today, to be honest.
Well, you push people to their limits. To be honest.
No, there was a misunderstanding. Okay, let me just share this. So we're doing. Well, I don't know if I want to share this. We're doing a huge giveaway for the Patreonies, and please don't join Patreon for this giveaway because it's like you had to have already been a Patreon. But we're giving away a Hot Toys, right? And Danny has this figure sealed, and we're getting it from him, right? And I sent him the money for it today, and he's like, "What's this for?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like we bought the figure from you. Like I'm paying you for that figure." And he's like, "Oh, it was not that price." And I was like, "What do you mean it wasn't that price, dude?" In my notepad on my phone, in my Excel spreadsheet for our budget, I thought it was 180, and it was actually like, I think it was like I don't remember. It's 225 or something like that.
215.
Yeah, 215. There you go. Yeah. In my head, like I swear, I just always thought it was that number. So when I ran our budget, like kind of, I had that in mind. It's not a big deal, but he was like, "Nah, bro. See, here you go." And then he sent me all these screenshots. I was like, "Dude, all right, I'm sorry. Like I'll send you the rest." It's not a big deal, but he was screaming at me in silence. I could tell. You could just tell when Danny's mad at you. He doesn't have to shout or scream, but you just know. And I think he was really mad at me.
I think it's more disappointment.
Thank you. It was
disappointment.
It's just
the money subject. Danny's got a fucking problem with money.
Oh my God,
right?
Seems racial.
Wow. 6-Scale Mafia says, "While I can swing it, happy holidays to all the collectors. Someone get Mario some
carne asada.
Carne asada.
Some guacamole."
Oh yeah, dude.
Was racial.
Shout out to 6-Scale Mafia. What a guy. And Gary.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
Thanks for the support, brother.
Thanks,
super
Anthony.
chats today. Bunch of angels.
Angels, dude.
Lane Kramer too. You fucking angel.
Gare,
Sorry. Yeah, Gare too. Sorry. Who's? I didn't mean to interrupt, John.
It's me.
Anthony again. Him too.
Anthony, everybody, man. You guys, this community is too much for the soul.
Lane, thanks, Lane.
Lane,
Gare, and Anthony, and
let's just keep on going. The whole rest of the show, Gare, and we'll just keep repeating. My story was when I was younger, because I got into this hobby pretty young, and I used to collect Hot Toys when they were in their, when they were a good company. I used to pre-order, locally here with a guy. Danny knows him. Toy Square was the name of the place, and my parents always supported my collecting. They got me into it, so I would expect it to work. But one Christmas, there were several Christmases, but I remember this particular Christmas. I had some pre-orders, and I didn't go pick them up because I was late picking them up or whatnot. And Christmas Day came, and my mom had literally gone to the shop and picked up everything I had on pre-order and wrapped it for Christmas. And I was like, well, how the hell?
What a legend.
It was unbelievable. I was like, how the hell did she know to go to this place and pick up? I guess the guy told her, well, this is what he has on. I guess that's a breach of confidentiality, but it was amazing. I was shocked. So that was one of my good memories. She went and she literally just asked, hey, what does he have on pre-order? And she picked them up. I still try to get her to do it to this day, but it doesn't work out.
She's like, whoa, we don't do that anymore.
No Balrog and Gandalf pre-order pickups.
Jesus.
That was just a one-time thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How much are his pre-orders?
1,800.
Yeah,
Jesus
27,995
plus tax.
Fucking pounces out on the floor.
Jesus Christ.
I remember one year shortly after I started collecting Hot Toys rather in general. My family was like, "Why are you getting into this stuff? This stuff is so expensive."
You,
and blah blah blah. You know?
specified because I was thinking Social Security, but go on.
This motherfucker, dude. Not quite yet. Again, lost my train of thought. I'm like easily distracted tonight. So I typically don't ask for anything for Christmas, right? I'm just one that I just want everybody together. I'm the one that likes to buy, stuff for everybody and just have a good time. Just hang out with the family, just chill and this and that. So a while ago, someone gets me something and I'm like, guys, why'd you, I ask again, don't give me anything. I unbox it. And it's the Bank Robber Joker 2.0 Sideshow exclusive. I was like, holy shit. And at the time, I didn't have a Heath Ledger figure in my collection at all. And I did want the DX11, but at the time, I was like, I'm going to wait for for a decent deal. So when I unwrapped that, man, that was such a surprise, dude. And I was like, I damn near, at my age, collecting Social Security now, I damn near lost it, man. I get soft, I get emotional, So, I damn near lost it at that. It was really, really sweet what they did for me, and they had more of an appreciation as to what I was collecting then. I mean, it kind of opened their eyes as to like the art of these figures and whatnot. But still, that was such a surprise, man, and freaking art, dude. Yeah, he loves it when I unbox it. And yeah, it was great. So that's one thing I don't think that can leave my collection either, just because of the sentimental value, that it has. So, and I'm really appreciative of it, man. So it's awesome when your family can get together and really like get something that expensive, especially throwing you off guard like that. You know what I mean? It's really, really special.
Yeah. I don't really have any crazy stories that I remember. Every year I try and tell my family to not get me anything. Kind of the same thing, Mario. Like, I spend so much money on myself. I tell everybody, like, look, you guys don't gotta buy me shit. I buy all my shit anyway, and I don't need anybody buying me anything. But I remember memories as a kid. A couple of them that were like standout Christmases was one year we had went out of town for Christmas, and we used to live down the street from my grandfather, and when we got home, it was like late at night, and I remember we walked in the living room and there was presents everywhere, and I was like, holy shit, like the house was full of presents. And he had gone over while we were gone and took everything, and I got a bike that year, like a mountain bike. I must have been like 12 or 13 or something, but that was a pretty cool year. And then another year I was at a cousin's house, and I don't know if anybody watches the show with kids, but maybe cover their ears or some shit for what I'm about to say. But growing up, it's not what you think, but growing up, my mom immediately like told us she never pretended that Santa Claus was real. Like we were never taught that as a kid or anything. She always wanted to be honest with us, so I always knew like at a young age even that he wasn't real, and you know all my cousins would believe in him and all my friends at school and stuff, and I never believed in him. And we were at my cousin's house and they taught their kids he was real, and I remember being there and all the kids are huddled up. It's Christmas Eve and you start hearing shit on the roof, like reindeer and shit, but you know, stomping on the roof. You could hear the bells. I swear to God, you could see him like fly around outside. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, Mom, you said he wasn't real. Like, what's happening right now? They're like, she's like, no. It's they're playing with everybody. And I was like, I don't know, man. This shit sounds real. Like, I feel like you might have lied to me. I might have been lied to.
Bamboozled.
Yeah. And I remember that year I was like falling asleep like, shit, this is crazy. I can't believe this. And that was like a standout year. But other than that, I don't really have any memory of like any crazy gifts or anything that I got. So yeah, my brother's a collector, so he's usually the guy that will give me like a hot toy, or you know, he's usually the one that will go get me something from the hobby. You know.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see it. I have some photos of what's on my wish list this year, and a few of you guys did as well. So we'll start with the Daily Bugle. It's the one I'm most excited for. I'm hoping we can lock this down on Thursday if the Lego store still has it. But obviously big fan of Spider-Man, and this is probably one of the greatest Spider-Man Lego sets ever made. Comes with 25 minifigs. It's like 3 feet tall. I think I'm actually going to take out a shelf of my detolf to put it in there so it doesn't get all dusty. But yeah, this thing is absolutely badass. Something a little bit more nostalgic, and then also something that, because when Vivi was a kid, I used to read Winnie the Pooh books to her all the time. But the Lego Ideas Winnie the Pooh set, I saw this a few weeks ago at the Lego store, and it's a little expensive for what it is. But holy shit, it looks adorable. And I think I'm going to get it for myself, or, you know, whatever it takes to get it. And then the last thing on the list, it's not out yet, but all year I've kind of been on the fence about getting it. And especially since I have the Sentinel one now, which I think is probably the greatest Miles figure ever made. But the Spider-Verse Hot Toys Miles Morales. And I'm hoping in a perfect world, you know, it'll still be in stock in June for my birthday and I can just pick it up then, but this is one of those that I'm not gonna let get away. Dean, you had some photos also. We have 2 slides for you. Just go ahead and tell us what you got on your Christmas list.
Yeah, I've been waiting for these things for fucking ever. They seem to be out everywhere except for anywhere that I want to order them from. It's the Player Sky, Eris, and Sephiroth. I just really want them. I think my sister said she was going to help me buy them. Because they're on Ami Ami, and they're like discounted, or I could get them used, which is great because they just came out, so they're going to be relatively new anyway, for like $100 instead of $150. So I'll probably just do that. But yeah, these are 2 figures I've been looking forward to for fucking like a whole year, so I'm glad they're out already. And then this would be a miracle, but VF1D Chigokin, I want one so bad, dude. Comes with the fan flyer, a little Min-May figure, Rick figure. Yeah, that's one of those dream figures. This motherfucker,
dude. I didn't know that this thing came with the with that plane.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of like why I want to get it, because I mean, you know that I like pretty much focus on Rick or Hikaru, so like otherwise I wouldn't get the 1D, but this comes, like I said, with the Rick Hunter in his little orange flight suit, the Min-May, the little flyer, and then when he first pilots a Valkyrie. This whole set is amazing. And it, like, when it came out, it was literally like overnight. Like nobody knew it was coming out. It was just popped up one day. And then now, like I said, now it's like $400. So it'd be nice to get this, but I probably won't.
Oh, I'm next. Okay, great. Yeah. So you know what? This is something that's been on my list, I think, for a long while, but it's not. This is more of a grail than something that I am never expecting this. But you know, if there's ever someone out there, this is the legacy, or the Master Replicas Millennium Falcon. This thing it's not completely obtainable, but it's going for stupid money right now, y'all. I mean, I've seen them for what I think they go for like around 10 grand right now, at least. So, but I've always really appreciated the design of the Millennium Falcon, man, and to have something that's crafted after the original, basically after the original smaller studio scale model, is just like insane, dude. Again, it's just, yeah, you do have a little bit of lineage with this thing, but it's such a freaking amazing piece to have in the collection, or it would be in my opinion. But yeah, I would love to own this. So this is like the only thing that I can really think of that's on my Christmas list. But you know what, Zach, if I can take over the screen just for a quick second, there's something else that I would like to that's on my Christmas list right now is a new Hot Toys Catwoman that just
what the fuck
just dropped. Look at this, John. You know what? We got a new base.
Oh,
we have a new base, and look at this, dude. So for all of you out there that have had, you know, shout out to Lane Kramer real quick for the $2 giving us a heads up. So for all of you that may have this figure in your collection that was starting to peel and stuff, the material was starting to degrade.
Mario, shove it, Mario, shove it.
Here's your shot. Here's your chance to replace that figure.
It's not a reissue.
Let's wrap up the Christmas discussion, then we'll come back to that.
Fuck Christmas now. Fuck it.
Wait, no, yeah, keep it shared, but we'll bring it back up in a second.
What about all the good girls and boys?
I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Are you fucking kidding me? They redid that whole...
John has the Prime 1 Balrog versus
Balrog, and yeah, so the Balrog Prime 1, gorgeous, my statue of the year in my opinion. That's a dream statue to own. And this year's little Lego set. I think this was such an awesome concept. Everything you get in this pack, the Home Alone Lego set, just a beauty. These two are on my wish list. Are they going to happen? Probably not, but one can only hope. Santa brings magic to people's homes.
Eddie, what do you got on your wish list?
I'd hate to say statues because I don't want anybody to buy me a fucking statue. If you know me and you're watching this and you're getting ideas like Adrian, don't buy me a fucking statue. But I would love the new Mandalorian statue from Sideshow. We also saw, this was not on my radar at all, but the mini Rancor that Sideshow did looks phenomenal in person. I want it now. And I'd prefer the small one because I don't need a fucking 3-foot Rancor in my living room. But that was badass. That'd be cool. She loved your Darth Maul, Mario. She kept talking about that one. They had the Mythos Darth Maul. She loved that one. So that'd be cool to get. But the main thing that I want now that I'm into Lego and shit is this right here. I'm gonna share my screen really quick, but
I thought you had the Mythos.
This no, I had it on order. And
this is so cool.
But this is a Lego Volkswagen T1 camper van. They released this. I don't know when it came out. It came out a while ago, but it has like, look at the interior, the fucking detail in the interior they got here. It has the storage unit on the back. It opens up from the side, and you got the little pop-out camper top there, and it's badass. It's expensive now. It's like 200 and some on Amazon. This would be a really cool gift. So that's probably like the most want right there. But yeah.
Can we please go back to that Catwoman?
Yeah, Mario, go and bring it back.
I just want to see the photos because, wow, that's so disappointing. Wow. So essentially all they did was give the base when Batman's fighting, when she goes against Batman. And he's with
pretty
Bane.
Much.
Yeah, Bane
Damn it, Lane.
breaks his back.
No improvement. What improvement? There's no improvement. It's the exact same figure. Wow.
But it's
well, we don't know, John. What if they did improve the materials?
What are you talking about? What's there to know? You're looking at the release photos.
Well, I mean, what if they improve the materials itself, the type of materials that they're using, so that it won't? It's not as prone to flaking.
I have mine.
I'm just
speculating,
dude.
Mine hasn't flaked.
I don't think they improved the materials.
Didn't improve shit.
I can't imagine.
Okay,
I
but
mean, I think didn't they announce the bike? It wasn't everyone
They
like already
did.
cued
3
in?
times.
Yeah, wasn't everyone cued in on this already? That this was gonna happen?
Well,
but again, it comes with something that's completely different from the original release, so this isn't a reissue.
It's 100. Dean, it's a Dean.
It's
a
the
base,
same thing,
Dean.
dude.
Come on, Dean. Don't
It's
start.
the same base.
No, it's a different base,
Well,
but it's the
Yeah,
same
that's
figure.
a complete. It's a different diorama base.
Yeah, but you can't throw a base into a figure and not call it a reissue.
So then, do you think the Ecto one,
It's not a.
from Afterlife, is a reissue?
It's not a reissue because they actually changed the actual product. If it comes out pristine and white, then yes, but it's a repaint. This is just a base.
What are they gonna do to her? She doesn't even get battle damage.
Well, then don't touch her. Don't do a reissue. Don't throw a fucking base and call it not call it a reissue. It's 100% a reissue.
It's not though.
But you swore we weren't going to do this.
It's different
I know.
from the original.
No, but we have to now. We have to.
We have to now though because this is
John.
This is,
John, here's the leash. It's off, baby. It's off.
listen, Eddie. I respected it when it came to. I respected it when it came to that goblin, but this is fuck. What I'm done.
I'm kind of I don't give a shit about the reissue topic, but I wish I'm with John. I wish they did more here because this figure was not the best figure to begin with. So why the fuck just put it out with a new base? Make it better.
What are they gonna
do a 2-pack? Do a 2-pack of her in her black dress.
Give her that same rooted hair.
Do a 2-pack with her in the black dress at the dinner where she's stealing the pearls. I don't know. Do something different than just throwing a stupid base. You know what's coming? Bane now. Sell your Banes.
Oh, Bane. Oh, that's
sell your Banes.
Good.
Yes.
And Jokers.
Sell your Banes. I just can't stand it because it literally obliterates the collector.
You gotta do it now.
The original collector. That's all.
Do it.
I think I'm honestly pretty much done with Hot Toys.
Tell John. He merely
I'll still support Hot Toys for the community, like our Facebook page, our Instagram page. I'll kind of still post and keep but buying, I'm gonna be very, very limited as to what Hot Toys I buy.
I'm done with Hot Toys, so I'm only gonna buy very few. That's what you just said.
Very limited. I'm not gonna
did
buy.
You say like one of your favorite figures was the Mandalorian Death Trooper. That did you have that in your collection?
I have, but I put it in the
That's
box
a reissue.
But that's
and
a
after,
reissue, bro.
Listen, after I found out it was a reissue, that one and the Mark 1, those were the 2 mistakes I made. But other than that, this is just.
Send me the Death Trooper so you don't have to have it haunted.
No, Dean, why don't you send? You can send me something. But no.
I'm not the one with the problem with reissues. You are.
You know what's gonna suck though? What was the original price of this? Does anybody know? If they charge like
$190 or something.
Yeah, if they charge like $300 for this thing, because that base, this can go fuck itself.
Oh, it's easily. This is gonna be like $320, I'm sure.
This base is so. They're gonna do Bane. They redid.
Oh yeah,
guys, they redid the entire Dark Knight line. Realize that Two-Face, besides the Alfred with the armory and stuff, they did the Two-Face, they did the Batman, they did the Tumbler, they did the Batpod.
Since we're in it anyway, I want to ask John this question because we were talking about this in the Patreon chat, and I want to know: the reissues is a problem when it's too soon. These were released 10 years ago. Is it okay to release after 10 years?
I don't like reissues at all. And the reason for whether it's too soon or whether it's not. My point of our last show as to whether it's too soon, it's just because all the people bitch. Oh, sorry. All the people complain that reissues, it's for the old collector. 10 years is fine to reissue a 10-year-old figure. Meanwhile, they did the Venom, and it's like a flippin'. It was months, not even a year.
Said 2. I don't think.
But anyways, regardless, we're not going to get into that. Yeah, all the owners. I've said this 1 million times. It's like beating a dead horse. I don't buy to sell. I don't buy to sell, but I like to buy to at least like. It's collectibles. it's at the end of the day, guys. It's for me. I look at it as collectibles, and I got into Hot Toys at a time where Hot Toys was the expensive alternative, and they were rare. When they sold out, they became rare. Now they're just shitting on the original collectors. Like I've said 10 times, they're shitting on the people that got them to where they are. And okay, there's new collectors. That's fine. There's new collectors, but at the same time, don't put out 100 flipping prototypes and this and that, and just give us reissues. We're just getting flipping reissues, man. There's no innovation. There's no thought. These are you might as well put Hot Toys on a Walmart or Target shelf. You might as well, because that's what they are. They're getting to the point where they're...
You know what it is, though?
What?
The innovation thing, I think that they don't do it because people just want this. This is what people want. They want
said
the
it right.
popular... Because, look, okay, the Mark 1 that they did had innovation. It had the USB. It had the moving parts. The Mark 5 that was opening with the lights. The innovation shit, I don't think it sells as well as this.
You hit the nail on the head. I was listening to last stream, Venom stream today at work, and you hit the nail on the head. No competition. You want Hot Toys. You want Hot Toys to smarten up. Get another company in here to give them some competition, and you'll see them smarten up. Because back in the day, Hot Toys was a nothing. They were proving themselves, and that's why they were doing so well. Now they're doing nothing because guess what? They're at the top. They can do nothing because people will still buy their shit, and that's just how the game works. Bring in a company with...
They do have competition in other scales right now, John. We'll be considering what, look at Queen Studios, Prime 1, and J&D.
Yeah,
that's your competition right now.
You're comparing apples to oranges, though. You're comparing statues to figures.
But it's still, some people are getting out of this game and moving on to some of those statues too, man.
Yeah. But I don't think people are getting out of the game because it's a better, not necessarily a better. I think they're getting out of the game because their Hot Toys isn't collectible anymore. Not to say, okay, that's a big term to state. Hot Toys is not for the exclusive collector anymore.
It's not a limited collectible.
Exactly. The collector's moving into the statue game, like the exclusivity, like the... I'm going to stick with the exclusivity of the collectible, in my opinion. But it's can you blame them for getting out of Hot Toys? I don't think you can blame them for getting out of Hot Toys when they're doing stuff like this. I don't know.
I don't necessarily think that exclusivity would make it better for the hobby, though, because you take a look at, let's say Hot Toys was like Mezco and did an MDX, then you get shit that sells out in 2 seconds and it flips for fucking $400 or double, triple the price. If Hot Toys started doing like Hot Toy exclusive, this is limited to this whatever, and it would sells out, it's gone. If they did that, we'd see Hot Toy flippers, and we already see them here and there. But
okay, but Eddie, you see Hot Toy flippers. It's part of the collecting game.
No,
that's
I know,
fine.
but once they sell out, which takes a while.
At the end of the day,
if we get exclusivity, they're gonna sell out in 5 minutes, and those shits are gonna be up
that's how
for
it
like
was.
$1,000.
That's how
in my collecting day. That's why I'm so passionate about this, because in my day, that's how it was. I didn't get into this hobby with this kind of bullshit.
A very select amount of people collecting in your day. Now there's this whole big old group. There's community. There's YouTubers. There's influencers. There's all this shit. People bitch. There's gonna be so much backlash if they do it that way now that it's not worth it.
But you got to strike a balance. Do some. No one's saying do all. Do an exclusive release that's numbered, and then the companion regular edition to go with it. You keep everybody happy. They'll never reissue the exclusive one, but they can retouch the regular edition afterwards if you want. Make everybody happy. Don't go one. Don't be one sided.
Was the original Catwoman an exclusive figure?
You're talking about excluding people into different groups in the community. How is that good for a community?
Well, it's a collectible community. What does it matter? You're
talking about separating people to the exclusives and the non-exclusives. You
yeah,
know
but
what I mean?
what are you talking about? Yeah, but statues are doing that already. You have the exclusive portraits that Sideshow sells.
They don't sell out though.
What are you
talking
like
7,000 of them.
Well, that's now, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
But there's also 7,000 collectors now, and there wasn't back then.
Yeah, but so what? But there should still be exclusivity. So there's more collectors now. So we should expand the edition size. That's fine. You're after the money, but again, you should have a specialty line with a limited exclusivity. That's my thought. That's how I feel about it. So if everyone's going to have access to it, you have collectors that want to collect exclusive pieces. That's fine. Now where it comes down to is I'm expressing how I feel. What it comes down to is, Jonathan, if you don't like Hot Toys business practices, then there's one key. Don't collect Hot Toys. That's all it is. But I'm just saying how frustrating it is for me, because when I got into this hobby, Hot Toys marketed themselves as that kind of company. And now they just throw shit to the wall. Hot Toys didn't have 50,000 figures that they showed off and then and only gave us reissues. And how many of the actual figures did we get?
Mm-hmm.
Right? How many? Go on Sideshow site and look at the list of stuff we're waiting for Sideshow, from Hot Toys. Whatever. Like I mean,
but they're a business also though. They have to.
They're a business.
What will sell?
They're a
this
business.
Will sell. Some of the prototypes that they've shown may not sell.
But at the end of the day, you guys can see they're on a road to reissues. That's pretty much it. It's a road to reissues.
I don't think you're wrong, dude. I mean, the evidence is there.
So then, are you going to put your foot down and no longer buy? Because I think if that's the hill that you're going to die on, don't say, "Well, I will buy some things."
Well,
when was the last thing you picked up, John?
Exactly. When was the last thing I picked up? Exactly.
Yeah, those like the Beskar Mando.
Heavy Mando. Heavy Mando was the last one.
And that was it.
That's it. I have nothing on pre-order. Absolutely nothing. So at the end of the day, I do. I lie where my convictions are, and yeah, if Hot Toys comes out with a good release, yeah, I'll pick it up. But no, I'm not going to be pre-ordering like I used to and collecting Hot Toys the way I do, because I'm pumping $400 to $500 into a figure, and in 5, 6, 7 years, it's going to be reissued, and that's going to lose its value, in my opinion. And guess what? I'm not buying these things at $400 or $500 to lose money. I know people say, well, you put it on your shelf and it's a collectible, and the years you have it on your shelf and you get to enjoy it, well, that's value. For me, that's a crock. That's crock. This isn't like a car where you drive off the lot and it depreciates in value. This is at the end of the day, you're putting a lot of money. I'm not going to Walmart and buying nothing against Hasbro figures or stuff like that, but that's a different type of collecting, and I feel like Hot Toys is in that same category now. They're in the same category.
I think, in a way, these are like cars. Like, if you buy a Hot Toy and you open that box, like I know, John, you keep them in the box, but if Dean gets a figure tomorrow and opens it up and says, hey, you know what? I don't want it anymore, no one's going to buy that for retail. No one's going to buy it for retail. They're going to buy it maybe 15-20% less.
Are you kidding me?
If he holds on to it and it's a few years and it's been sold out, that price is going to go up because the supply and the demand.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But like anything, if he opens it up, that price 15% right off the bat.
Not if it's no longer available. If it's still available, like Beskar Mando on Sideshow site, yeah. If they're making abundance of it, but like I said, I think I just have to kind of change my mentality. I'll never support reissues, but I will have to pivot my collecting, because, like I said, I'm beating a dead horse thinking that Hot Toys is going to change, and they're not. They're not going to change. So that's pretty much it. Then I pivot my collecting habits now.
Well, it's good to see you at least see that, because they aren't going to change it.
They're not going to change. No.
Nothing better than.
But don't tell me it's healthy. It's not healthy what they're doing.
Yeah, but I don't think the other way's that much healthier either. I don't think.
What other way? Like exclusivity?
The elitist thinking.
I love it. I love the grind. You know what it is? You know what the problem is? 2021, with a bunch of snowflakes, everyone's entitled. Well, I'm entitled to that. You're not entitled to it. You want a figure? Get your ass up early. Go on your lunch break. Sit in the washroom on your phone to pre-order the statue, to pre-order the figure, like we used to do. That's the fun. That's the grind of the collecting.
That's not... Hot Toys isn't a grind and collecting. If they're readily available online, that's not as much of a grind as it is going from store to store.
But that's now, Mario. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's now. That's the transition they've done.
Do you think that Hot Toys will step out of exclusivity now that?
Oh,
I mean, hang on. Let me ask the question. Now that Loki, which technically hadn't really ever hit a full worldwide release to really test those waters.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's still in stock on Toys Wonderland, granted for a much higher price than retail was supposed to be. I mean, do you think for Hot Toys they can look at that and say, well, you know, this didn't sell as well as we thought, or maybe it did. I don't know if it sold out in Secret Base. But do you think that that was a success? Their first launch into sort of a serialized numbered product?
I think it could be handled. I think it was a great release. I like the concept. I don't necessarily think it was a great release with the stickers and so forth, but
yeah, I think that's where they messed up. I think giving you a bunch of crap that, you know, frankly, I mean, like Dean said, it's like, you know, we're big boys.
The
right?
concept
that Schmedia ain't gonna fit none of us.
Look, the concept was there. I think what they needed to do was, and I'll give you a perfect example as to how they should have handled it. These last 2 Spider-Man figures, the regular one should have been a regular release, but that movie promo one should have been numbered. And that's how they could have really tested it and put it in the North American market. All right, not just with the Asian retailers.
The North American thing is a good point. I think that I was thinking about this. Maybe exclusivity isn't the way they do things in Japan, because most of the shit that we see exclusives on is US based shit. So maybe, and then if they do exclusives, it's only to Asia. So I think that's just the way that they do things.
They used to do exclusivity because, look, you know what happened was you saw all the Hong Kong buyers pre-order slips in their wallets like this with the Marvel line. Oh, we're gonna stock up on the Marvel line. Stock. Look what happened. They made so many, it backfired. Why? Because they're readily available. Nobody wants them.
When did they used to do exclusivity though?
The limited production runs.
Yeah,
they never.
But I don't think that was limited to be limited.
No.
I think that was what the hobby demanded at the time. There was just less numbers.
Not necessarily, because when you bought a Hot Toys on the box, it didn't give you a number, but it said limited edition.
Yeah, but
so
that doesn't mean that it's numbered for that.
No one's saying it's numbered, but it's a limited edition. If it's a limited edition,
but it could be 10 million and be limited as long as they don't make 20.
But the production runs were not as high. Like you said, the collecting community is evolving. That's fine. And what do they want to do now? They want to backtrack. That's the whole thing. Okay, the collecting community is evolving. Okay, release 20 million Beskar Mandos. Fine. You're backtracking now to catch up. And yes, is it selfish? Yeah, the collectors weren't collecting at that time. But guys, like, it has to be it has to be part of the game. It has to be part of the game. You weren't.
Then you get.
I wasn't collecting sideshow collectibles. I paid $2,500 for my Doom premium format. That thing released for $500.
It's like when we were talking to the dude from who did the Street Fighter thing. The
Iconic
on here.
Keyboard Warriors.
He was saying
iconic.
People were asking him. I don't remember how this came up, but they were saying how you're gonna do this limited thing. How are you gonna bring in new people to the line who come in later if they can't get this Ryu? If they only made the Dark Knight line when the Dark Knight movie was popular, you get no new collectors now.
Yeah, but Iconics came out and made a statement that they're not reissuing. They may take a rendition of the character, but they're going to be changing it up. I could guarantee you he's not going to make that Ryu in 10 years and just throw a different base and say, here you go. He's going to give you
Has Hot Toys ever made that statement?
Has Hot Toys ever? Of course, they've never made that statement. But their business practices have changed without making the statements. That's fine. They haven't made the statements, but they slowly.
So will you be less upset if they come out and make a statement that says, we're going to reissue some stuff?
Well, they don't. At this point, they don't need to make a statement. That would be 5 years ago. They should have made that statement.
Let's move on. Charlie Cox, we'll blow through these real quick. Charlie Cox will return as Marvel's Daredevil by IGN through Cinema Blend. Very exciting to see that. And then Shang-Chi sequel is confirmed. It's a new MCU Disney Plus series is also in the works. So congratulations to them for doing that. I think it was a great movie from what I've heard and excited to see what that brings. Let's get into our movie of the week picked by Mario. A Christmas Vacation. As the holidays approach, Clark Griswold wants to have a perfect family Christmas, so he pesters his wife Ellen and children as he tries to make sure everything is in line, including the tree and house decorations. However, things go awry quickly as Hick cousin Eddie and his family show up unplanned and start living in their camper on the Griswold property. Even worse, Clark's employers renege on the holiday bonus he needs. This may have been one of the greatest movie of the week picks ever. Full stop.
Wow.
I enjoy. I mean, I've seen this movie before. Don't get me wrong. I loved it seeing it as a dad. Wow, totally changes the perspective, because as a father, you always have these illusions of grandeur, and you do whatever you can to make it happen. And unfortunately, more often than not, they don't always quite get there. I remember waiting in line for a long time for my kid to see Santa. I think it was 2 years ago, before COVID. And she cried. She didn't want to be there. The whole day leading up to it, she was so excited. Finally, we get in line after standing in line for an hour. Hated it. Hated every second of it. There's just so many iconic scenes in this movie. The turkey that's like super, super overcooked, and just watching them eat in silence while they're just like crunching on the skin. The fucking, I don't remember if it was a dog or a cat, but when it bites the wire and fucking
the cat,
yeah, it gets electrocuted, is so fucking funny.
Fried pussycat.
There's so many funny lines, and the delivery is just absolutely perfect. When Rusty's like, "Dad, this tree wouldn't even fit in our yard," and Clark's like, "Well, Rusty, it's not going in the yard; it's going in the house." Fucking just, Jesus, this movie is so fucking funny, and it's one of those movies that like is just spiraling out of control, and then it has that nice warm close at the end, and I think it's a fantastic film. And I'm actually going back and watching the other. I've seen the whole series, but it's been many years. Yeah, I'm going back and watching the other ones. I just watched European Vacation yesterday, classic. And thank you for picking this. This was a great film. Honestly, 10 out of 10. If you haven't seen it, please see it. If it's been a while, watch it again. It's a fantastic film, and this is a Christmas classic. It's an absolute Christmas classic.
Yeah, yeah, this movie is really funny. It's just one of those classic Christmas movies. Like it hits all the right numbers, and like it's funny, it's sad, it's depressing at times. Like when he gets the Jelly of the Month club, and you could see in his face like. As a dad, like I'm trying to do something great for my family and I can't do it. Like I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. And you know, what's his first name? Is it Mike Griswold?
Clark.
Thank you, Clark. He's a likable enough character. You don't really dislike Clark, but when he's around Eddie, his cousin-in-law, he keeps calling him his cousin-in-law. Who's Eddie related to?
I think that's his wife's sister or brother.
Because his, oh, okay, because Eddie tries to like hug and kiss his Clark's wife, and she wants nothing to do with Eddie.
Cousin, probably. Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, wait a minute, if he's related to her, why is she so mean to him? But everyone kind of like shits on Eddie the whole movie, but he does this grand gesture where he goes and gets Clark's boss, because Clark was done so dirty in the movie, and you're just like, wow, like even when they're fucking dogging on this guy the whole movie, like he does like the one thing that's like kind of special. I think he makes the movie. I don't think if Eddie wasn't in the movie, I don't think it'd be as special. Where he's clearing the septic tank out into the yard. Dude, like you said, there's just so many good moments. With the sled or the little, what is that thing called?
It was like a little sled though, wasn't it?
Yeah, little.
That he polished the shit out of it.
Yeah, just fucking like a rocket, dude. It's fucking hilarious. Also, the cast in this movie. What's her name? It's Clark's mom. She's from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Was that Clark's mom? No, that was the wife's mom, I believe.
Oh, is it the wife's mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in
still,
Everybody Loves Raymond. And then who I really didn't expect to see was the lady from Seinfeld. What's her name? Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She gets the squirrel gets her, and then the dog tackles her, and he shuts the door on her. I completely forgot she was in the movie. Amazing. This is a great movie. If you haven't, I mean, I can't believe anyone hasn't seen this by now, but amazing film.
Yeah, no, this is an absolute Christmas classic, dude. And, to be honest, Eddie, I was going to pick Jingle All the Way. So I'm glad you talked me out of it because this just came to my head like right after that. Oh my gosh, this movie is freaking iconic, dude. There's so many, I mean, like you guys said, there's so many funny, iconic freaking scenes in this movie. Like when he gets caught daydreaming about the pool in the backyard and there's, Eddie's little daughter comes in and catches him and shit like that. Just as the chick that he saw at the mall was popping up out of the pool.
She's like, Santa, and he's like,
yeah. She's like, yeah. He's like, what are you doing so late? He's like, I can't sleep. Like I'm shitting bricks. I'm like, honey, you can't say that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm shitting rocks. So I was like, yo, what reminded me actually when they were out at the beginning getting the tree. And when John posted that picture, how he goes out and gets his own Christmas tree, right away I was thinking Clark Griswold, dude. I mean, that's how I see John now, as Clark Griswold, trying to do whatever it takes to have that perfect family Christmas now, dude. It's just like, oh man, but it was an amazing freaking movie, dude. And yeah, I haven't seen the other ones like you said, Zach, in forever, dude. So I'm gonna have to like revisit that, as well. But yeah, I'm excited for the next movie of the week, man. It's gonna be good.
I hadn't seen this before you guys picked it, and I still haven't seen it. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh wow, I love that.
I thought you saw it before already.
That was amazing. I'm sorry.
First of all, I didn't expect to be on today's show. I thought I was working far today, and I didn't think I was gonna make it home in time, and I made it home in time, so I wanted to join, but yeah, I didn't. I want to watch it. I'm really sorry that I missed it, but yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I'm so just to let everybody know, IMDb 7.6 out of 10. 1989. Classic movie.
Damn, was it 89?
1989, brother.
Oh my gosh.
But I didn't get to watch this either because it wasn't available on any of my streaming services. 5 streaming services: Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, Crave TV, everything. Nothing had it available. Can you imagine that? A travesty. But I will make it a point to get this movie watched because I've seen clips in here and there when it's on TV, and it looks funny. All of them look pretty funny, but
John,
yeah,
it's an even trade, dude. You can't have it all over there in Canada.
Exactly.
You don't get to watch Christmas Vacation, but you get Timmy Horton. So I think it's pretty fair.
Now, Eddie, you get to pick the movie of the week this week, and we had we tried to have an agreement where you're gonna pick something they have over here in Canada.
Someone said John at VHS.
Jeez.
John, you're Canadian. You don't have to pretend to have the.
No, but that's like a true Canadian. That's like right off the tip of the ocean there.
I gotta tell you guys, picking movie of the week is fucking stressful. Jesus, man. You're always worried about picking a movie that everybody likes. Nobody's gonna shit on, hopefully. Like
this freaking guy.
Is that a Rish?
It is actually.
Wow. But I think we had a conversation in the chat, and so everybody was giving me ideas. No one said this one though, I don't think. But I'm gonna pick it. It's on Disney Plus. You can watch Disney Plus.
Yes, sir.
There, right, Joe?
Anything on Disney Plus, yeah.
The Santa Claus, the first one.
Oh, childhood memories, buddy. Tim Allen.
I love those movies.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Yuck. The first one, I assume.
Huh?
The first
one.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay, cool. That's some Christmas memories.
It is what it is.
It could have been worse. We could have got Christmas with the Crumps.
It's Cranks.
Oh God, I'm
Or
not
Cranks.
watching
Oh,
that.
excuse me.
Christmas with the Cranks was an
That's a
amazing
great-
movie.
Another Tim Allen.
I mean, he also said Richie Rich was amazing.
Okay.
I was like, that's another Tim
Coming
Allen.
from Eva Longoria over here.
Okay.
Whoa.
Christmas with the Cranks is
Princess
actually really not that
Momofuku.
bad.
I love it.
I just
Alright,
love
so-
how fucking chaotic this movie was. Because, like, getting the family together for the holidays is fucking stressful and
Yep.
chaotic.
My God.
And, like, this movie, I mean, it's a little over exaggerated, but it's so fucking, like,
No, absolutely not. This is totally
nailed
accurate,
it.
bro.
I'm
but,
surprised.
like, that's what I like about Christmas with the Cranks as well. It's like, holy shit. Like, I know we're not going to watch that movie, maybe yet, but.
I'm not.
I'm surprised that no one's picked Home Alone yet.
Well, that would be
I
you.
thought that's what you were going to pick.
Well, my pick is next week, so
You're next.
You have
We'll
a
see.
chance, bro.
we'll see. I may not be here, but I'll be here in spirit. I'll send in the movie.
Well,
John-
then it would
John,
be my
what-
pick.
No, it doesn't work like that, sir. I will.
Well,
John,
you're
how
not
can,
here.
how can we not be here, John?
I will send in the movie of the week. That is private and confidential information, there, Mario. I'm gonna go fly.
man.
I'm gonna fly to Hong Kong to have a nice little chat with Howard, so I could teach him how to run a business.
I gotta
Can
put
we
you
have
on a
Howard
fucking
show?
fly list.
Oh, can we get Howard here? You will. The show,
Well,
the
you're
network
going
would
out there,
end.
John, so-
But can we please get him on the show?
What do you mean the network would end?
Oh, it would just be a travesty.
Somebody asked
You might
Justin
not have
if we
freedom
can
of
get him
speech,
on.
but we do, baby.
I will reach out to. I'm going to reach out to Hot Toys, and I will put a statement through. I'd like to have Dean. Oh my God, I'd like to have. I was reading Ark's message at the same time. I would like to have Howard on the show and see what they say.
Do it. If that happens,
I will.
that would be fantastic.
I will.
Real quick, I don't think Howard speaks English, does he?
Well, we'll get a translator. This is 2021. We'll have a translator here. I don't know how to say a reissue in Chinese, but I'm sure someone can tell him.
Our guy in the chair.
Japanese.
Anyways, it's not, why do you keep saying Japanese? It's a different. Hong Kong is not in Japan, my guy.
Okay, Eddie needs a geography lesson.
Japan's in the ocean, my dude.
Wow.
Hong Kong is like a. I
part
think
of
it's a
China.
province of China. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our CW awards. First off, shout out to all the content creators. I put up a post today asking a favor, and a lot of you guys came through. We like tripled our votes so far for the CW awards, which is great to see because I was a little worried, to be honest. I was a little worried. But you can still vote. Voting closes probably Monday night. One lucky person will win $100 to the online store of their choice. And we have lots of great categories: most improved company, best overall company, best figure under $30, best non-traditional scale, best 1/12, third party figure of the year, best head sculpt, best 1/6, statue of the year, and figure of the year. Badfish says don't close it early. My God, you gotta vote.
Oh wow.
Okay, to be fair,
He wasn't even
this is
in
so
that
many
chat.
graphics to prepare. The next one's gonna be like 10 graphics. It shouldn't take very long.
Can I ask you a quick question? You said $100 gift card to any company of your choice.
Online store.
Who makes the Baldo again?
Baldo.com, baby. Yeah,
I
so basically
Wow,
you'll let
you
us
guys
know
suck.
and we will. That's what it is, Baldo.
I laugh.
Wait, we can win. I could win.
No, of
I don't
course
think
not.
host should be able to win.
Well,
Hosts never get anything.
You get to be on the air.
So can I put in like my 4-day notice right now so that I
Yeah.
can possibly win
see,
this?
Eddie, if you
4-day
didn't,
notice?
Eddie, if you didn't show up to today's show, you could have flipping almost won.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Anyways, Dean, let's say thank you to the Patreonies, please.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Sorry. Shout out Sean Fear, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Lemur Hernandez, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Joao Bretta, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, Ruben K.S. Rivera Jr., Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Kreb, Big Ol' Fern, King Zach, Caesar Merriquin, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick DeGregorio, Alvin Jules, the handsome, the kind, the everyday collector, also the angry, apparently. Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, the illustrious Rainer, Aled Morgan, Bo LeBoy, Jimmy James, Mario Cortez, Stephen Perja, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Eddie Manzanares, Joe Chudbeeks Corbus, Louis Bennett, Kevin Vegar, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, and Brenton Palmer. Wow.
What an angel. Here's a look at our December Patreon benefits. You got the episode 200 Hollow sticker, the Money Mendez sticker, which we'll be ordering soon, and we also have 2 bonus items. Chris Letty from Letty's Collectibles dropped in a business card and a sticker for his online collectibles company, and we also have a 2021 Collecting Weekly Christmas card. So stay tuned for that. That is going to be shipping here in the next few weeks, and it's going to be probably one of our best packages of the year. Cuervo said, "This stream tonight made a shitty-ass workday much better. Thanks,
Love this
fellas."
guy.
What a guy.
Awesome,
Looking at our
Cuervo.
tiers, we have the $5 Sweet Angel tier, which is stickers sent straight to your door and access to what may be probably about almost 100 episodes of After Dark. Certified Crispy, which is the $15 certificate of crispiness. Also assistance with figure fixes and stickers sent straight to your door. We also have the $25 What a Guy tier, the 18x24 silhouette poster, doubles of all the stickers we send, and all the benefits of the previous tiers. We also want to thank our YouTube channel members. Dean, can you go and get those for me, please?
Oh, I didn't know we were doing this now. Very cool.
Get on the chat.
Joe.
Yeah, Mojo Z78, Absolute Irwin, Test Just One, OG Fan, the Pemricas, and Mark Pearson.
Sweet Angels YouTube channel members get access to some special loyalty badges and some new emojis. We actually just added the CW Christmas emoji also. The membership starts at 99 cents if you're a Patreon, or $2.99 if you're not, for the Peanut Gallery tier. So if you guys want to join, hit that membership join button, and you'll get some cool stuff, and it definitely helps us keep the show going. Here's a look at the network. We got Small Talk, Collecting Weekly Live, OFAC, Live and Let Dice, In and Outs of Collecting, The Ringcast, Collecting Weekly Live Unboxing, After Dark, and Bricks and Brews, which just recorded Sunday.
When is the next Ringcast?
That is a great question. That would be a Mark question. Why?
Oh, because I look forward to that show.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you wanted to be on it. Yeah. So that's actually a good thing that you brought that up. So I don't know when the next Ringcast is, and right now one of our hosts for Live and Let Dice is in Germany for work. So I think it may be very likely that Live and Let Dice is going to miss this weekend. We'll probably be back in a few weeks once Max gets back in the United States. But Mark will need to give us an update on Ringcast, because I actually do not know. Here's a look at the schedule. We have live unboxing on Monday, CW Live Tuesday at 8:30, After Dark Wednesday at 10:30, Small Talk, which is going to be this Thursday at 8:30, and then Outs of Collecting Friday at 10. John, do you want to plug the live unboxing for next Monday, how we're going to do it?
Yeah, of course. Live next Monday, we're going to be having a pre-record. So we will, our beautiful faces will still be on the screen, but we won't be able to necessarily interact with you in the chat. I'm going to still try to be in the chat live and say hi to everyone. So you guys go in and still make your comments. But yeah, that's how it's going to work for next Monday.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
Tune in. It's going to be a good one. We're going to do like a little rally a rally unboxing of some statues. So check it out.
Mario, who do we have interviewing tomorrow for After Dark?
We have the lovely and talented, I forgot her name, Gwendolyn, maybe better known as Golden Ass. So I met her in at SDCC. What was it, last weekend? And yeah, had a great time chatting with her, and she's agreed to come on After Dark to tell us a little about what she's got going on. So it's gonna be I'm sure there's gonna be an interesting discussion tomorrow night.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome. I was talking to her last week, and I was like, because when you interview new people that you're not familiar with, you kind of ask, like, is anything off limits? Like, we're kind of not mature at all. So I wanted to make it very clear that, we're probably going to get into some shit tomorrow. And she's like, oh no, this is a book about, sultry stuff and personal stories and ash. She's like, there's no, yeah, she's like, there's no limit. So I was like,
no holds barred, huh?
So I'm excited.
Awesome.
John, can you plug our social medias for us, please?
I would be happy to. Guys, check us out on Facebook. The main Facebook page is Collecting Weekly. We also have our community Facebook page, Collecting Weekly Auxiliary, where we chat, we post things up for sale. Check that out, news updates and so forth. We have Instagram, @CollectingWeekly, again, the main page. We have @CollectingWeekly_clips, which is all the funny moments from all our episodes. We also have @the_everyday_collector. I try to post news updates as soon as I get them and stuff about the channel. And we also have @In and Outs of Collecting on Instagram, which is strictly statue talk.
Tremble Dust says, you said you don't collect to sell, but then you go into reissue depreciating value. You know what? Fuck it. Never mind. More power to you. Love that. Look, I don't understand it either. Just let John.
Just don't understand. Let
John's
John
a
be
man
John.
of conviction.
Yeah.
Hey.
We have T Public as well. If you want to support us with get that Dean's Golden Ass Trundle. There you go.
Hell yeah, dude! Fucking.
If you guys want to,
reference.
you love to see it. If you guys want to check that out as well, shirts start at $13 when they're on sale, and they're going to be on sale most of December. So definitely don't buy them at full price. Friends of the show, we got 6 Scale Scavengers, Optical 20, PJ the Paradox Nerd, KG Collector, JB Collection, Rogue 16, Boogie Manny, Joel from Third Party Reviews, DCX, 6 Scale Man, John the Everyday Collector, Wolf Oxification, Just Another Friday Night, 6 Scale Reviews, Casual Nerd Problems, Cash to Gemini, P-Roxilla, and 16 Fix. Bunch of angels there. Do you guys have any shout-outs you want to give?
I want to give a quick shout-out to Mr. Letty. Actually, 2 shout-outs if possible. Letty, Christopher Letty from 6 Scale Scavengers for helping us out today with the voting. You know, we were asking people to get our votes in, and he kind of took it to a new level and tried to get some promoting done there. So I appreciate that. I also want to just give a quick shout-out to Steve from Casual Nerd Problems for reaching 100 subs. Congratulations, buddy. That's
hey, congrats, Steve.
First 100 is the hardest.
Awesome milestone. Keep on going. Keep on grinding. All the best to you.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Brendan Riley also. I think he was going to bring the banner up for the voting as well. So big shout out to him there. And Marcos from Collector Zone, they allowed us to put the voting link on their Facebook page.
Shout out to Cuervo. He said, Dean, I have an idea for your Bricks and Brews. I mentioned that I didn't want to buy a bunch of Legos all the time. And he said, maybe just buy like a bunch of like old Legos and just like build something new every time we do an episode.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Get like a big ass bucket from Rainer, because Rainer has like tubs of fucking bricks, so I might do that. Also, shout out Cash Gemini. I'll be on his show on Thursday. Do a one-on-one interview. So that'll be cool. Make sure you check that out. 8:30. I think we're in the same time zone, so Central. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I want to shout out the chat real quick. Those that donated to the super chat, thank you for your support, and all the Patreons that are also helping keep the lights on, man. Really appreciate everyone that's out there tonight. And for everyone that joined earlier, man, we had like almost we had like 60-something people in the chat, close to 70. So, yeah, really appreciate the support, everyone.
Eddie, you have any shout-outs you want to give, or John?
John gave.
I want to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm good.
Shout out to Eddie for rallying like Bane coming on tonight, and missed you, bro.
Yeah, dude. Dude, great fucking.
It's a throwback.
That was
bro.
good. That was good.
I think that may be in clips, to be honest. Is that in clips? I feel like it should be if it's not.
It should be.
I need to find that clip.
Bane rallies. Everybody's like, no, he doesn't, but he totally does.
He doesn't. He doesn't rally, but
he does though.
Well, I mean, when the person you're fighting gets fucking, he didn't rally, bro. He got fucking shanked in the back. That's a total.
Yeah, he fucking Bane's like, you know what? Here's my time to shine.
Speaking about Bane,
he's like, I'm gonna start rallying. That's totally different. That's like saying
he's
Batman.
like, make Gotham great again. He starts to rally.
That's like saying Batman rallied when Selena Kyle blew Bane up with a fucking machine gun. That's not
He
even.
totally did. He fucking got up and got the fucking job done. If he fucking stayed on the ground,
this is a classic. This is a classic.
I'm Zach.
Classic. Shut the hell up, John. This is a classic. We listened to your rant for 45 minutes on. This is a classic one-arm, no-arm situation, Dean. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
That's a throw. That's a deep.
I got the leash put back on.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
I'm Mario.
I'm Eddie.
And I'm John. Was that a Bane impersonation? And I'm Jonathan.
No, that wasn't.
We'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye.